to rain, you don't know what's going to happen. But one thing is for sure, that we have life and we have an opportunity to right the wrongs of yesterday. Wherever you are, however you're watching, we say good morning and welcome to the AM show. It's a pleasure to join us here. Now, this morning, political debate continues over the arrest and subsequent release of NPP communicator Miracles Dennis Aboagye by the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO. Now, while he is out of custody, the minority insists the circumstances surrounding his arrest and the bail conditions imposed raise serious questions about due process. The caucus is demanding that the Attorney General appears before Parliament to address concerns over what it describes as unlawful and onerous bail conditions. Now, one matter arising is also that businessman Dr. Akosua has suffered another setback in his bid to revive GN Bank after the Supreme Court suspended the enforcement of a High Court ruling directing the Bank of Ghana to restore the bank's license. So, what are the legal and economic implications of this latest development? We'll find out. Now, within the new Patriotic Party, the race for national leadership is beginning to take shape as former national chairman Paul Afoko officially launches his bid to reclaim the position. Now, could his return redefine the party's internal politics as it seeks to rebuild the 2024, after the defeat of 2024? The alleged sexual misconduct case at Bole City High School continues to spark national concern. The Education Ministry is calling for the arrest and prosecution of the alleged perpetrator, insisting that an apology is not enough and that those responsible must be held accountable. So away from politics, we head to flood-hit communities to assess life after the devastating floods. Relief efforts have begun, but how are residents really faring weeks after? Has the assistance reached those most affected? And what challenges still remain as communities work to rebuild? Joining us for News Review today are Professor Smart Sapon, Senior Research Fellow at Kumasi Technical University. Also, Dr. Kwame Asante, Political Scientist at the University of Ghana. Awal Mohammed is member of the NPP's Communications Directorate, and Bernard Bediako Peidu, Member of Parliament for Akwetia. This is the AM show. Stay with us as we bring you, the AM news with Dennis Miracles Aboagye. My name is Samuel Kojo Brace. You can call me the Ahanta Pele. I do this with Emefa, Akosua, Adeti. On behalf of the wonderful team we have here, we say thank you for joining us. Do stay for the AM news.
Hello and welcome aboard to the AM News. My name is Dennis Miracles Aboagye. In our very first story, a clampdown on illegal sand winning and stone quarrying activities in the Greater Accra region has uncovered companies operating for years with expired licenses, while others were found to be unregistered with the Minerals Commission. The operation led to some arrests, with other companies directed to report to the Commission as soon as possible to rectify their licensing issues. My colleague Maxwell Akloboto has more in the following report.
A joint operation involving the Minerals Commission, the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat (NIMOS), and the Office of the Administrator of Stool Lands has uncovered numerous sand winning and stone quarrying sites operating without license. The operation forms part of efforts to enforce mining regulations by targeting illegal sand winning and stone quarrying activities, with Chopoli in the Ada community becoming the first location targeted in the exercise. When officials from the commission arrived at the site, most of the operators fled, leaving behind equipment and evidence of ongoing sand extraction activities. However, the truck drivers whose vehicles were being loaded were not as fortunate as they were apprehended during the operation.
It's the operators who have to stand their ground to explain all these calamities.
Where you are going, you should know whether the place is licensed before you go and take your...
How can you know? We all, excuse me to say, we all will be human, but you can't know. Like with another challenge you.
Because if you are able to produce the person,
what I'm saying that
if you can't produce the person you take the thing from, then you have to answer.
That we are coming here.
Yeah, so
I know that I didn't make bad. That's why I stand.
Don't worry.
Some people
will go to the nearest police station.
In the Ningo Pram district, the commission also uncovered that a stone quarrying company, TT Quarries, had been operating for years despite its license having expired in 2022.
They are in operation. When you realize that they are in operation, it's a serious issue altogether. You are operating illegally. You've come to the site before even we went to the office. So we realized that these guys are operating. And when we check and we know that their license has expired, they are supposed to put in the renewal before even the expiration of the license.
The Minerals Commission has handed over the truck drivers to the police at Chopoli in the Ada community. 2 trucks were apprehended by the team during the operation. For Joy News, Maso Akrobotus reports, read to you.
Let me take you to the Upper West region. For years, chiefs in Laura had to stand during meetings. Court bailiffs walked miles to deliver summons. This week, help arrived with 660 chairs and 2 motorbikes worth 130,000 cedis. But as Joy News' Rafiq Salam reports from Laura, the donation solved one problem and exposed a much bigger one. Here's his report.
In Laura, Jesus got a seat. 660 plastic chairs now fill the Traditional Council Hall. A gift from Member of Parliament Bid Anwata Zumaziedan to end years of chief standing during meetings.
So these chairs, I don't think we'll come across or will experience any embarrassing situation of sending for benches and stools for our guests or our visitors to sit on. So Honorable MP, here again, I say bravo. And it is not only that, if you look at our Traditional Council office building, it's an eyesore.
He is not exaggerating. The Traditional Council staff share one cramped room. No support staff. Registrar Seydou Kudu says he even pays a cleaner from his own pocket.
But if the ensemble employ her as even at least a casual staff, but that will even motivate her to always be available for me, so that the chiefs shouldn't come and wait for me to clean. By the time I come, she always clean. Anytime I get money and give to her some assistance, you see her for a day or for 2 weeks, you see the place very neat. Sometimes the lady tried to weed this place herself. We are appealing to the district assembly to come to our aid to help us so that the chiefs will get a befitting place to sit for their meetings and a befitting place for their court issues. Because most of these traditional issues are handled in this area. We don't send it to the plaza. The plaza is meant for the paramount chief to sit with his elders, not for official duties.
It wasn't just chairs. The Laura Sacred Court got a motorbike to help bailiffs move. For years, they walk.
On behalf of the Sacred Court, Laura, we are sincerely grateful for this kind gesture you have done unto us. This will go a long way to help us in the area of mobility and transport. And we promise that we are going to use this motorbike very well and put it into good shape.
MP Bid Anwata Zumaziedan says the 130,000 cedis package came straight from what the institution asked for.
What is good about them is that they are your felt needs. As the requests come directly from you, you made the request. On the basis of that, I'm responding. So I'm sure that it is going to address some of your concerns. It is my expectation that these items would address some of the problems the institutions identified, which informed the appeals. My assurance is that when the situation improves, we would assist you in other modest pressing areas.
This is where Laura chiefs settle land disputes, where families find peace. But look at it, crack walls, one room for everybody. The MP brought chairs so they could sit. Now the assembly says it will bring walls so they can work, because in Laura, justice shouldn't sit on plastic in a broken room. MP Bid Zeden, together with Municipal Chief Executive Cecilia Nurotu, inspected the office right after the donation. Her promise, no second appeal needed.
We are there to solve problems. We wouldn't wait for the second appeal to us. We will respond to it urgently. It's an urgent need, and it's our duty as an assembly to do it. So we will do it.
For now, the chiefs have chairs. Next, they want the roof that doesn't leak. Reporting for the news, Rafik Salam, Laura.
Now from the Upper West region, let's now come to the Central region. The second edition of the Cape Coast Technical University Career Fair has highlighted the importance of equipping students with the skills, mindset, and professional guidance needed to thrive in an increasingly competitive and technology-driven job market. Speakers at the event encouraged students to embrace the responsible use of artificial intelligence while underscoring the value of mentorship in career development, describing it as a vital tool for building resilience, making informed career choices, and achieving long-term professional success.
The 2026 Cape Coast Technical University Career Fair was held under the theme Creating Careers in the Digital Age, Innovation, Entrepreneurship and Employability. According to the Dean of Students Affairs at the Cape Coast Technical University, Professor Sophia Paddy Okran, the theme reflects the evolving demands of today's world of work.
The purpose of this career fair is to bridge the gap between academic learning and professional world by providing our students, especially new final year students, with direct access to employers, industry professionals, entrepreneurs, and career development experts. Our students will gain practical knowledge, valuable career guidance, and meaningful networking opportunities that will enhance their employability and prepare them for successful careers. At Cape Coast Technical University, we are committed to producing graduates who are not only academically competent, but also innovative, entrepreneurial, adaptable, and ready to make meaningful contributions to society. This career fair is one of the practical ways we fulfill that commitment.
Managing Director of Sedat Consult, Patricia Abnakisi, advised against artificial intelligence replacing critical thinking.
AI is not here to take our jobs or to compete with us. AI is here to complement what we do. But something that is very important, AI should not replace our thinking.
Yes.
AI should not replace our thinking. We should rather use it wisely, and we should know what we want before we command AI, or most of you know the ChatGPT, to do what they want to do for you. And as students who are completing school and going to the workplace, there are key expectations from employers. One of them is positive attitude, seeing the world in a positive way, and also making sure that you become part of the solution and not the problem.
Chief Executive Officer of Elite B&C Company Limited, Derek Akompra, emphasized the value of mentorship in shaping successful careers.
Somebody wants to eat snacks every day. Instead of them walking to the roadside to buy it, they have it in their next door. That is business right there. And while you are doing that, somebody will come and say, oh, today it was too salty, it was that. And while you are fixing that, you are building a recipe to be a good, a big bakery in the future. So please, you do not need $1 million. You do not need 1 million Ghana cedis to start a successful business. You can start small, and then you build it, and you can become whoever you want to become in the future.
The Pro-Vice Chancellor of Cape Coast Technical University and Chairman of the fair, Professor Emmanuel Kwao, highlighted the importance of the fair.
Yeah, next year we are going to bring a lot of industry. You have seen some of them here, but next year we are going to increase the number. Next year, me myself, I'll be here as the CEO for one of the companies. I'll be also giving the students some talks as to how they can also become entrepreneurs themselves. From
Cape Coast, Abigail Lisel Nkoma reports for Joy News.
Well, it's time for some business updates, and guess what? The Ahanta Pele Samuel Kojo will bring us that right after this breather.
All right, let's do some business updates now, and starting from the currency market, let's check out how the city is performing. Now, banking consultant Dr. Richmond Atuahene is urging fintech companies to strictly comply with the Foreign Exchange Act and other regulatory requirements following the Bank of Ghana's revocation of ZP's license over multiple regulatory breaches. Speaking on Business Live, Dr. Atuahene says the action underscores the central bank's resolve to enforce compliance and strengthen the integrity of Ghana's financial sector.
The rules, it's very simple. If you're a foreign exchange player, comply with the Foreign Exchange Act and also comply with the Payment Service Act. If you comply religiously and do your things as the law says, nobody will close you down. It is not Bank of Ghana duty to close them down. They want to ensure a very robust and compliant industry. That's why they've gone to. They didn't close it down in 2023, and I've told you go and check. 2023 he was fined and suspended until November 2023 when the license was restored. So Bank of Ghana would have seen it over the period and the years and seen that this institution is non-compliant, and because of being non-compliant, it means it is not good to attach our name to we being the person who issued the license and regulating you. That is the things they have to do, and it's very important. But the only thing is that if monies are held in the wallet, we say wallet, he had a wallet. The wallet means that it's just like the MTN wallet. People put in money, and if the money has not been given to them, then the money is with his custody. That is where the problem with, when we talk about non-regulatory of those money issuers and the telecoms, this is where the problem comes in. Because of regulatory arbitrage, people do these things and get away with it. Because if the monies are in the wallet, now it is left to Bank of Ghana to prove that are these money there or not. And if they are not, Bank of Ghana may have to, at times may have to recompensate those whose money has been taken over.
Now, the Finance Minister, Dr. Akosua Addo, is expected to present the 2026 media budget review to Parliament next week. Now, that's according to sources familiar with the planned presentation. We've captured more in the following report.
However, subject to getting the approval from Parliament whether the date the Finance Minister is proposing will be favourable to the House. This proposed date is also subject to the Finance Minister carrying out the necessary cabinet briefing on likely areas that he would touch on during the presentation. If all these things are cleared on time, then next week date will be possible. Dr. Addo is hoping to use the presentation to outline what some may describe as government's new economy, that is, government's new policy document aimed at consolidating recent economic gains. The minister will also use the presentation to update Ghanaians on the revenue situation and how spending will be structured. Government has also made some significant progress when it comes to debt restructuring, both domestic and external. Therefore, this presents an opportunity for the needed update to be done by the Finance Minister. Under Ghana's Public Finance Management Act, the Finance Minister is supposed to update Parliament on economic performance and fiscal strategy at the middle of the year. It also mandates the Minister to update Parliament on the execution of the national budget and provide an outlook for the rest of the fiscal year.
Well, let's wrap the business update with a wrap of the commodities market. That's it for Business Update. Back to you, Dennis Miracles.
Thank you. Could you breathe?
Yeah.
I think we're missing some banter.
Those so Kedia, I have to ask Kedia.
More care.
Good. Right now you're becoming perfect.
Look, next thing you know, I'll go to a hunter with you.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
get an hunter husband.
That would be fantastic because hunter men are really good men. We are caring. We are respectful. We are responsible. That's key.
Very important.
And you see, we are very visionary people. If you meet an hunter young person today, he will blow you with a sort of presentation he will do to you as to
classical example.
You know.
The hunter paid himself. Thank you, Brace, for bringing us business.
I'm grateful, Papa.
Well, that's it for AM News. But don't forget that the AM show is sponsored by Shield Silicone Paint from Azar Group, Syntex Pipes, and Time Herbal Mixture. Now, the World Cup fever is on, and of course, everyone is getting excited. CompuGhana says the match shouldn't just be on the pitch. You can actually bring the stadium experience home. So this is the time to buy your crystal clear TVs, sound bars, home theaters, smartphones, laptops, projectors, and more at unbeatable prices. Remember, this isn't just discount sale. It's a chance to win a 100-inch 4K smart TV, some cash, laptops, phones, and many other amazing prizes when you spend 1,000 cedis or more. So rush to any CompuGhana showroom or just shop online at compughana.com or call us 030-275-2020 or WhatsApp 024-314-3143. CompuGhana Go Rush Season, the ultimate football experience. Now, football's biggest tournament is on. I'm talking about the World Cup. And there's no better way to back your team on Betano. Sign up today on Betano and claim a welcome bonus of up to 2,000 Ghana cedis on your first deposit to enjoy the World Cup. Simply create a Betano account, verify your details, make your first deposit, and guys, make we bet. 18 plus only, terms and conditions apply. Gamble responsibly. This has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. let me tell you about Nestor's Homes, because you can own your dream property in one of Teme's fastest growing prime locations today. At Nestor's Homes, we offer beautifully designed Studio 1, 2, 3 and 4 bedroom luxury homes crafted for modern living, comfort and long-term value. Strategically located at Tema Community 26, this is just behind the Palace Mall. Our gated community gives you a serene and secure environment, easy access to major roads and key business areas, close proximity to schools, hospitals, malls, and essential social amenities. So reserve your unit today with just 10% deposit and enjoy flexible payment plans and mortgage options. You can call us now on 053-101-4440 or 053-101-4447 to book a viewing, or just visit us at www.nestes.com.gh. Well, this July, Ghana will host global energy leaders and experts at the Ghana International Petroleum Conference, GIPCON 2026, on the theme, Building a Resilient Downstream, Policy, Innovation and Investment for Growth. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of Ghana, will be the distinguished guest of honor. Speakers include Honorable Dr. John Abdullahi Jinapo, Minister for Energy and Green Transition, Godwin Eduji Tamaklo, he's CEO for National Petroleum Authority, Dr. Patrick Ofori, he's CEO of the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors, and Dr. Riverson Opon, he's CEO, Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies. The date is 16 to 17 July 2026, 8 a.m. each day, and the venue is Palms Convention Center, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Well, the event will also be climaxed with the Downstream Awards and Gala Night happening on July 18 at 6 p.m. at Kempinski Gold Coast Hotel, Accra. So register now at www.gipcon.com or just call us 055-822-3678. Let me tell you about the Global Prayer Work Summit 2026. When men pray, heaven responds. Prayer still works, and this is your invitation to experience the power of prayer. Join the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams and other anointed servants of God at the Action Chapel International Prayer Cathedral, Spintex Road, from Wednesday 15 July, which is today, to Friday 17 July. The Wednesday service starts at 5:30 p.m. Thursday, 16 July features a morning service at 9 a.m. and an evening service at 5:30 p.m. Then on Friday, 17 July, join the morning service at 9 a.m. followed by a powerful mega all night at 10 p.m. Come and expect powerful encounters under the theme Enforcing Victory. This event is free, but registration is required. Simply dial *426*29# *426*29# on all local networks or register online via GPWS registration page. Don't miss GPWS Accra 2026. Come and enforce your victory through prayer. Prayer still works. Well, that's it for the AM News. My name is Dennis Miracles. For more news, I know a place, of course. I highly recommend you log on to myjonline.com. Up next is sports. A while later, we'll have a news review. Have a lovely Wednesday.
Not corruption. Vote buying silences the will of the people. Unchecked illicit political financing weakens the very sovereignty of a state. Democracy falters when everyone's choice is compromised. An unprecedented multimedia politician-citizen forum brought to you by Joy News Impact Makers Foundation. This community-level engagement will spotlight illicit political financing, explore its implications, and proffer solutions to safeguarding Ghana's democracy. Democracy is not for sale. On Joy News, Adom TV, Joy FM, Adom FM, and across our social media platforms.
Let's do sports now on the AM show. My name is Haruna Mubarak. And Sports Minister Akufo-Addo, he has confirmed that discussions have begun over the contract extension for Black Stars coach Carlos Queiroz. The Portuguese manager's current deal expires at the end of this month after guiding Ghana to the round of 32 at the FIFA World Cup. Despite Ghana's exit at the round of 32 following a defeat to Colombia, which ended their hopes of reaching the last 16, Adams believes the 73-year-old has done enough to earn a new contract extension and remain in charge of the Black Stars.
I'm also thinking that he should go immediately. I don't see them. I've not seen anyone who has come clearly whilst we were in the World Cup and even after our exit, who has blasted the coach that he thinks strongly that we did not go far because the coach was such a bad coach. I haven't seen that. I haven't heard that also. So what it means is that we may all be possibly speaking in the same with the same voice and in the same direction.
But as we speak tonight, 2 weeks after our exit, Carlos Queiroz hasn't explicitly committed his future to Ghana.
Well, at this moment, he's still committed to Ghana.
By contract.
By contract. Which will end 19th
July.
And so we still have time to
just have five days.
And once he's still speaking to us, he's still engaging us, and we still have room to engage. I believe strongly that he will not abandon us.
But 5 days to go before the expiration of his contract, you should have an idea by now.
Well, if I did, I would have informed you that.
So you don't?
So I don't.
But
also, I believe that with what I know and the engagement that we've had, I believe strongly that
Have you started attempt to negotiate to renew his contract?
A conversation have begun.
The conversation had to be sounding formal.
Formal conversation have begun.
Have begun with him to renew his contract.
Yes, formal conversation
between yourself and the FA together, or you alone.
So not just me alone, but the FA taking a step, because it's like we already have some conditions there, and it's not like a new person that is coming in. The only difference that may fall in there will be now the period of the contract, whether we should be looking at a year or be looking at 2 years, and exactly what will be his position also as we negotiate. And now that we're going to have a contract that may be much longer than what we had for the World Cup, what the remuneration and other things should be. So we would have a conversation, and I believe that listening to him, seeing his face and analyzing his post after our exit, I clearly see someone who is interested in staying with us.
And for the FA and yourself, you just told us you don't have time because September is you begin the qualifiers.
We don't have time at all.
So it's in everybody's interest to lock this down on or by the 19th.
Sure.
Is that what you're working with?
That's what we
have a 5
That's
day,
what we want to have.
You have a 5-day period within it to close this.
And I believe that we should be able to close this.
Now, Spain are through to the World Cup final after surprising favourites France with a convincing semi-final victory at Dallas Stadium. Luis de la Fuente's side blunted a France team brimming with attacking talent, controlled a game full of few chances, and of course they deservedly secured their place in Sunday's final thanks to goals from Mikel Oyarzabal and Pedro Porro. Highlights for you.
Champions France. Awkward for Digne. Laval's gone over. Penalty. Mikel Oyarzabal strikes first for Spain. A glimpse, just a glimpse of the World Cup final. Bradley Barcola. Yamal. Olmo. Yamal. Ruiz has steered it wide. That was beautiful football. Porro, that's decent. And this is Lamine Yamal. Oyarzabal high and wide. Porro, Olmo, Pedro Porro! It's happening for Spain. Look at those wild eyes. The world is opening up for this glittering Spanish cohort. But here's Lamine Yamal. He's free. He's easy. But the flag is up. Here is Mbappe. Driving with strength and requiring of Simon to cover at his near post. Dembele. Mbappe! It's gone near, hits a corner.
Yeah, it came off Cucurella, I think.
Ferran Torres sifted forward quickly towards Mbappe. What a good read by Simon. But it's come out here to Desiree Doué, and Simon got back. Kylian Mbappe. Here's Nico Williams. Jerky. Dembele. A spectacular Spanish display.
Now, Spain, of course, they now await the winner of tonight's showdown between England and Argentina as the old rivals renew their rivalry in a mouth-watering semi-final clash. Here's a preview.
This is pure mentality. This is pure mentality. You can bottle it up and sell it.
We are competitive. We don't lose belief. We give literally everything. It's just incredible, the mentality that we really bring. The team refuses to give in. We overcame quite some obstacles already, and still we find a way to win. I was confident that we can show this team spirit when we selected the team. I'm happy that the players live up to this. It's just not words, they put it into action, and I think it transcends through the TVs and to the country. You can feel this kind of vibe and energy in the stadium, and makes people fall in love with them, because I think on a very basic level, that's what every football fan wants from a player, that he's just exhausted when the whistle goes. And yeah, we are the role model for these for these kind of feelings. We give literally everything. I just love life at the moment because it's so simple. You get up, you do sports, and then you talk and train and breathe and live football 24/7. It's just a very happy place. What did I learn? Just another proof that this is what makes me feel alive the most, and this is what I love the most. So I'm in a good place. I think we still have some levels in us. We still have another gear. It's a nice thing actually to arrive in a semi-final and have the feeling that we can still do better. We're coming for a match of football. I think it will be intense. I think it will be emotional. We're happy to have that. We're happy to take that. And we're happy to give a good fight. We will be ready.
It's every footballer's dream to play at the World Cup.
I'm lucky enough to have experienced more than I could have dreamed at this level. When I'm in the zone, I really give it my all. I'm happy about the win and about qualifying.
We achieved our first objective, which was to get through the group and top it as well.
Bellingham aimed up at Kane!
Today, we made a huge physical effort, as always. Now, the most important thing is to rest and focus on what's ahead.
Bellingham coming in! And Bellingham again!
We've done something incredible tonight, no doubt about it. Never been prouder of a group of lads. The best night of my England career so far, for sure. I'm aware of the responsibility, I'm aware of the pressure.
It became very difficult when they went 2-0 up. So to come back and turn it around again was incredibly emotional.
We'll get everything we've got. Character, perseverance.
Bellingham serve!
this again. So proud of this team once again in a World Cup semi-final. Next is Argentina. We approach it with the same mentality as we approached all these games, and we'll see what can happen.
Well, of course, the match will be live on the Joy Prime channel at 7 p.m. To club football now, and Manchester United have completed the signing of Yuri Telemans from Aston Villa for £36 million. The 29-year-old has signed a 5-year deal at Old Trafford and now becomes the second midfielder signed in the summer transfer window, after the club already confirmed the £50 million arrival of Andre Santos from Chelsea. This summer, he played 5 times and captained Belgium at the World Cup, scoring twice in the 3-2 win against Senegal in the last 32. Telemans had been at Villa since 2023 when he joined on a free transfer from Leicester City and made 134 appearances for the club, scoring 10 times. During that time, Villa have twice qualified for the Champions League, reached the quarterfinals in that competition, and won the Europa League last season under Unai Emery, with Telemans opening the scoring in the final against Freiburg.
Decision-making is...
He will join Turkish side Besiktas from Arsenal, ending the Belgium international's 3-year spell in North London. The 31-year-old made 174 appearances in all competition for the Gunners, scoring 36 goals since joining from Brighton in 2023. Trossard scored 6 goals and provided 6 assists in 31 league appearances as Arsenal under Mikel Arteta ended their 22-year wait for a league title. Trossard is currently in Istanbul for a medical ahead of the transfer. And that's how we wrap up the sports segment on the AM show. My name is Haruna Mubarak.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account 100100100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Hi, now let me share my wildlife experience with you at Safari Valley Eco Park.
Welcome to Safari Valley Eco Park.
Our electric shuttle pulled up, and in no time, our tour began. We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the Eco Park. We were greeted by experienced tour guides who took us through orientation and how to better enjoy the experience. Watch these animals roam freely in their natural habitat undisturbed by our presence. We saw zebras, sable antelope, brown crane, mara, silky chicken, nyalas, Shetland ponies, and so many animals I just couldn't keep up. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife, their behavior, and how how to interact with them. I even fed them. We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Then we took a break to have lunch in this serene environment. All this amazing experience for this price for adults? This price for teenagers. It's a bargain. As the sun began to set, it was time to go back home, but not before dinner by the campfire. It has been a thrill of a lifetime, and I can't wait till my next visit.
Safari Valley Eco Park, bringing you closer to nature.
Palladium Residences in Achimota isn't just an address, it's the home you truly earned. Secure your place with just a 10% deposit and choose from beautifully designed modern apartments or spacious townhouses built for everyday comfort. This is more than a building. It's a vibrant, curated community with a clubhouse, state-of-the-art gym, and an on-site hotel, all at ABC Junction, minutes from Achimota Mall. Enjoy city energy while retreating to your private sanctuary. Call now to reserve your unit and benefit from limited launch incentives, including priority unit selection, executive pricing, and flexible payment options available. Don't miss the chance to pick the best homes. Book your private site visit today. Call 050-9823-424. Palladium Residences. Live smart, invest better. Upgrade your print game with Konica Minolta, proudly powered by SkySat Technologies. From all-in-one machines that print, scan, and copy to professional systems and heavy-duty production machines, we deliver unmatched performance. Right now, SkySat has an unbeatable offer. 1 entire year of free servicing on all Konica Minolta machines. That's 12 months of expert maintenance for new and existing customers. Visit our new VIP Print Center at Pegasus Place, Airport Residential Area for a live demonstration. Call us on 050-164-5180 or 0302-798-829. Again, it's 050-164-5180 or 0302-798-829. SkySat Technologies. Performance that delivers every time.
Cadbury Hot Chocolate. Crafted from cocoa, milk, and sugar. Creamy, chocolatey, frothy goodness, rich taste, so satisfying.
Cadbury goodness, the treats you deserve every day.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Another week is here on the greatest of all time show. My name is Giovanni Clip, and tonight we're bringing you talent. Contestant number 1, let's bring Baby Girl. Let's bring. You did it for you.
Cut. Oh, there is a leakage.
Where's the plumber? For quality and durability, insist on Syntex pipes.
If you want quality, this be where you belong.
Strong, tough, and reliable. Your perfect match to your trusted Syntex pipe. Syntex pipe, it they carry water. No wahala. Syntex pipe, it dey make water dey flow. Syntex, strong, tough.
Palladium Residences in Achimota isn't just an address, it's the home you truly earned. Secure your place with just a 10% deposit and choose from beautifully designed modern apartments or spacious townhouses built for everyday comfort. This is more than a building. It's a vibrant, curated community with a clubhouse, state-of-the-art gym, and an on-site hotel, all at ABC Junction, minutes from Achimota Mall. Enjoy city energy while retreating to your private sanctuary. Call now to reserve your unit and benefit from limited launch incentives, including priority unit selection, executive pricing, and flexible payment options available. Don't miss the chance to pick the best homes. Book your private site visit today. Call 050-9823-424. Palladium Residences. Live smart, invest better.
Through every stage of life, some things simply stay with us. The spirit of never giving up. A throwback to a bygone era when love was service. The silent statement of love. A thoughtful gesture that deepens bonds, balancing work and life. Every drop refreshes, every sip hydrates, just as it should. I am awake, one for life. Drink water, drink awake. Supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA.
I didn't think it would happen to me, but it happened to me.
Ghana's digital economy is booming. Millions of transactions, billions of cities, a future powered by technology. But beneath the convenience lies a growing threat.
Now it's becoming more towards digital fraud.
If we place convenience excessively over security, we run the risk of breaking down the number one currency that we have in that ecosystem, and that is trust.
The Digital Economy Forum is a thought leadership series examining the opportunities, risks, and choices shaping Ghana's economic future. In our maiden edition, we tackle a critical issue, the trust crisis, why fraud is holding back Ghana's digital economy.
We need to have a 360-degree solution.
Join Head of FinTech and Innovation at the Bank of Ghana, El Hanan Oreku-Asare, Economics Professor Godfred Bokpin, CEO of Ghana Association of Banks, John Ewua, Executive Chairman of E-Crime Bureau, Dr. Albert Enchibuesiako, Chief Risk and Compliance Officer at Mobile Money FinTech Limited, Godwin Tamaklu, Deputy Director General in charge of Technical Operations at the Cybersecurity Authority, Stephen Kojo Seshi, and Head of Internal Affairs at Haptel, Ebenezer Before the Digital Economy Forum, The Trust Crisis, Why Fraud is Holding Back Ghana's Digital Economy. Brought to you in partnership with Haptel. It's happening on Wednesday, July 22nd at 8 p.m. live on Joy News, Joy FM, and across our social media platforms.
Discover Willow Lane,
in Sakumono, one of Ghana's most prime community. These expertly designed 4-bedroom homes feature a private elevator, 4 ensuite bedrooms, private balconies, walk-in closets, and a gourmet kitchen and a maid's quarters. Perfect for families, executives, investors, and retirees. Our community offers a swimming pool, playground, and 3-tier security for your peace of mind. Experience the ultimate in comfort, convenience, and community here at Willow Lane, Sakumo. Visit waylead.org or call 0240-111119 or 0308-040500 to book your tour today. Waylead, your trusted home builder.
For the American defense to deal with, and Samoa has scored! A wonderful volley!
The stadium is alive! The fans are roaring and the excitement has officially kicked off. It's goal rush season at Ghana. This World Cup season, the match isn't just on the pitch, it's happening right in your home. Build your home stadium with world-class cinematic TVs, powerful sound bars, and home theaters, high-power speakers, laptops, tablets, and projectors for the ultimate streaming. Ghana is delivering unbeatable deals, not just discounts, but a chance to win 100-inch 4K smart TVs, mobile phones, laptops, and many more. Just purchase items 1,000 Ghana cedis and above, and automatically enter the raffle draw. Shop online at compughana.com. Call on 0302-752020. Go Rush season, the ultimate football experience, only at Compute Ghana.
So this strategy will lead. Oh no, not again.
Say, relax. The generator will come on now.
The generator is not working. Why stress yourself when the experts are just one tap away? Introducing Left Power, the smart emergency support app from Left Signature Limited. With Left Power, certified engineers respond fast, anytime, anywhere. No delays, no stories.
Hello, sir. This is Left Signature Limited. Your request has been received and our engineers are already on their way. Please relax. We've got you covered.
This is professional. Every Left expert is certified, verified, and can be tracked in real time. Oh, you'll know they're coming before they even arrive. From electrical engineering and solar power systems to data center management, cloud services, smart automation, and software development, Left Signature delivers excellence, fast, reliable, and professional. Left Power.
Your solution is just one tap away.
Available on Play Store and App Store.
Missed passes, bad referee decisions. Don't let your child's grade suffer a bad match. Ensure a strong this academic season with curriculum-aligned textbooks and interactive tools from Pegasus Publishing. From preschool to senior high school, we have the exact game plan your kids need to ace their classes. And because it's World Cup season, you get a massive 20% off every single book. Don't drop points. Call 059-5010-175 or dash to Pegasus Publishing in Accra, Newtown, right opposite the Total Energy Station. Free delivery within Accra when you call. Pegasus Publishing, shaping minds, winning futures.
This July, Ghana will host global downstream energy leaders, innovators, and experts at the Ghana International Petroleum Conference, GIPCON 2026, to collaborate, exchange insights, and develop strategies and groundbreaking innovations through strategic dialogues. The event, held under the auspices of the Minister of Energy and Green Transition, Honorable Dr. John Abdullahi Junapo, is on the theme, Building a Resilient Downstream, Policy, Innovation, and Investment for Growth. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, is our distinguished guest of honor. Speakers for the event are Mr. Godwin Kojo Tamatu Esquire, Chief Executive of NPA, Dr. Patrick Ofori, Chief Executive of Seaboard, Dr. Riverson Opon, Chief Executive of Comac, alongside other key captains of industry. Join us from the 16th to the 17th of July 2026 from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day at the Palms Convention Center, La Palm Royal Beach, Accra. We can't wait to host you.
It doesn't take much to make a difference. Sometimes it begins right where you live. Care is not always loud. It lives in the simple things we do when no one is watching.
Good conduct begins with you and I, right here in our neighborhood.
Good Conduct, Great Life is brought to you by
Indomie.
Tastes great.
More Kivo inside. Kivo Gari Soaking Mix, a taste of Ghana.
Hi, now let me share my wildlife experience with you at Safari Valley Eco Park.
Welcome to Safari Valley Eco Park.
Our electric shuttle pulled up and in no time our tour began. We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park. We were greeted by experienced tour guides who took us through orientation and how to better enjoy the experience. Watch these animals roam freely in their natural habitat undisturbed by our presence. We saw zebras, sable antelope, brown cranes, mara, silky chicken, nyalas, Shetland ponies, and so many animals I just couldn't keep up. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife, their behavior, and how to interact with them. I even fed them. We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Then we took a break to have lunch in this serene environment. All this amazing experience for this price for adults, this price for teenagers. And this for kids. It's a bargain. As the sun began to set, it was time to go back home, but not before dinner by the campfire. It's been a thrill of a lifetime, and I can't wait till my next visit.
Safari Valley Eco Park, bringing you closer to nature.
Is by choice, not cash, not coercion, not corruption. Vote buying silences the will of the people. Unchecked illicit political financing weakens the very sovereignty of a state. Democracy falters when everyone's choice is compromised. An unprecedented multimedia politician-citizen forum brought to you by Joy News Impact Makers Foundation. This community-level engagement will spotlight illicit political financing, explore its implications, and proffer solutions to safeguarding Ghana's democracy. Democracy is not for sale on Joy News, Adom TV, Joy FM, Adom FM, and across our social media platforms.
I didn't think it would happen to me, but it happened to me.
Ghana's digital economy is booming. Millions of transactions, billions of cities, a future powered by technology. But beneath the convenience lies a growing threat.
Now it's becoming more towards digital fraud.
If we place convenience excessively over security, we run the risk of breaking down the number one currency that we have in that ecosystem, and that is trust.
The Digital Economy Forum is a thought leadership series examining the opportunities, risks, and choices shaping Ghana's economic future. In our maiden edition, we tackle a critical issue, the trust crisis, why fraud is holding back Ghana's digital economy.
We need to have a 360 degree solution.
Join Head of FinTech and Innovation at the Bank of Ghana, Elhanan Oreku-Asare, Economics Professor Godfred Bokpin, CEO of Ghana Association of Banks, John Ewua, Executive Chairman of E-Crime Bureau, Dr. Albert Enchibuosiako, Chief Risk and Compliance Officer at Mobile Money FinTech Limited, Godwin Tamaklo, Deputy Director General in charge of Technical Operations at the Cybersecurity Authority, Stephen Kojo Seshi, and Head of Internal Affairs at Haptel, Ebenezer Before. The Digital Economy Forum, the trust crisis, why fraud is holding back Ghana's digital economy. Brought to you in partnership with Haptel. It's happening on Wednesday, July 22nd at 8 p.m. live on Joy News, Joy FM, and across our social media platforms. On how to deal with rising temperatures? How about the threats posed by extreme weather to livelihoods and food security? Guess what? There's hope. Farmers are adapting. Innovators are finding solutions. Communities are building resilience. Organizations are leading change. Catch the all-new season of Climate Focus on Joy News, a weekly series that walks you through the interventions and practical solutions helping people confront climate change and build a more sustainable future. Climate Focus, every Thursday in all Joy News bulletins, radio, TV, online, and digital media. Climate Focus is brought to you by Joy News in partnership with CDK and Ghana, Beyond the Science, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Netherlands and the International Development Research Center, IDRC, Canada.
All right, so welcome to the AM show. You know what? Look, God is doing marvelous stuff. And you should understand that when you trust Him and you leave everything to Him and you say, God, do as you please with my life, He blesses you immeasurably. And sometimes your blessings really frustrate people. So leave everything to him and trust him that he knows why he is doing certain things. And he would, guide your steps and make sure you step at the right places, leading to the right doors that he will open for you. So leave everything to him. Now let's get into the matters arising segment by going into the issues that are making rounds. But before we do that and also go into the papers, let's bring you how the weather will be today. All right, so first let's look at what the papers are reporting this morning. Starting from the Daily Graphic on the front page, raw rubber exports ban shoots up purchases. Okay, so here we are back again at this particular matter. Now the utilization of raw rubber produced in the country has almost quadrupled due to export restriction and subsequent ban imposed this year. Since the restriction of exports from January this year and the subsequent outright ban, which came into full effect in July this year, local rubber purchases directly from traders and aggregators from 534 tons in April 2026 to 2,028 tons in May. Okay, so it comes to the photograph of the Minister of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry there. Graphic employee assaulted by Nungua police officers. When will they stop? When at all will they stop? Where people who are in position to protect us will not take advantage of issues and assault people. Police are friends. I wonder why this keeps happening. Because I have fantastic friends in the police service. When you go to Agona Nkwanta, for example, every police officer is my friend. And I love them for the work they do. But when you hear that other police people are beating people like this, you ask, why? Now, public land rezoning requires parliamentary approval, locks up, says. Supreme Court halts GN Savings and Loans license restoration. Yesterday I saw our doing a lot about it on social media. Minority seeks answers from Iyoko arrest. That's Daily Graphic for you. Let's do Daily Guide now. Gold Board injects 8.4 million Ghana cedis to fix Galamsey Head's water plants. Hey, Gold Board. Wow. If they inject 8.4 million cedis to fix Galamsey Head's water plant, that's a good thing. But we'll get into it. Afoko seeks MPP chairmanship on unity reconciliation ticket. Miracles arrest, 50 million cedis bail, the inside story. And it's on page 3 of the Daily Guide newspaper. Iyoko Rambo-style arrest threatened democracy. That the minority leader, Alexander Afeomakin, there. Yesterday he was it wasn't easy on the floor of Parliament. That's the leader there talking. Now, SC halt, that's Supreme Court, halt GN Savings and Loans license restoration. That's also on the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. If you look at Daily Gist, it says 244.9 million citizens in Kitty project ends in December members' bellies. In NDC members' bellies. Oh, really? Daily Gist. Okay, that is, when the minister says some people have been eating the produce from, or the poultry they got after rearing them, instead of selling, because they don't have market, they've started eating them. So that is there. Mahama shops for client to push third-term agenda. Okay, that's a question that is being asked on the Daily Gist. You can get it there. Afoko launches MPP National Chairmanship campaign. It's also in there. Gold Board inject 8.4 million cedis to restore Galamsey water system. Miracles Aboagye free from Iyoko dungeon. Okay. And probe Iyoko's Miracles Aboagye Rumble style arrest. Afenyo marking. Because a lot of people are asking this question because the guy we are told had returned from outside. He was in. And according to sources, he was cooperating with the investigation. And so when you pick him up in that manner, several people are asking, why do that when the guy is cooperating with you, when he's not even fleeing the country, but rather coming into Ghana? So why arrest him in that style? And that's why the minority is asking that Iyoko's Rumbo-style arrest of Miracles Aboagye must be investigated or probed. Okay. Now, where is 24-hour economy? Answers after blowing 650 billion cedis. Okay, Opon Nkrumah is asking, wow. Opon Nkrumah does this with figures. When he has the figures, he says, where is 24-hour economy? Answers after blowing 650 billion cedis. Hey, that's a lot of money. Well, we'll get into these matters, but it's on page 2. Let me try and read a bit of it. It says, the ranking member on Parliament's Economy and Development Committee and Member of Parliament for Fuansi Ayeribi, Kojo Nkrumah, has questioned the implementation of the National Democratic Congress's flagship 24-hour economy program, arguing that nearly 2 years into the administration, there is still no evidence that the policy has produced its promised outcomes, despite Parliament approving approximately 650 billion cedis in public expenditure over the period. Wow. Okay. He was also speaking on the floor of Parliament. Now, while seconding a motion for the House to adopt the report of the Economy and Development Committee, the former Information Minister said the government's much publicized 24-hour economy policy has yet to produce a single identifiable beneficiary operating under the model that was promised to Ghanaians during the 2024 election campaign. He's asking, where is the 133 that was promised? Well, we'll get into that as well. So this is, some of the stories that are being reported. Now, the custodian Afoko launches chairmanship bid, promises to unite the MPP. Tension mount in NDC over Mohammed's third-term saga. Hey, really? Impulsive Iyoko blasted over cruel, oppressive rail conditions, and Gold Board to fix 3 Gunwater Limited plants with 8.4 million limited. Akufo-Addo presents media budget on July 23. Well, I've been joined in the studio by Awal Mohammed, member of the MPP's communications team, and Professor Smasapon. Awal, good morning.
Good morning.
Trust all is well?
I'm doing well.
Okay, yeah. So just your prelim comment and then we can get into issues.
Yes, so thank you so much for the opportunity. Good morning to Dr. Baumia, wherever he may find himself, and good morning to me.
Yes, yesterday, my brother, you continue.
Yeah, yesterday he was released from detention after meeting the 50 million bail condition. So definitely I am a happy person looking at the kind of work he's doing for the party. We all know that indeed the reason Miracles has really been incarcerated has absolutely nothing to do with any 55 million. We know that for sure. And we know that this is pure persecution and not necessarily something. I know we'll come to that story later, but just to have a bite on the 8.4 million Ghana cedi that the Gold Board has supported Ghana Water Company. Yes, yes, you say it's a good news, but if you don't tackle the problem, you are only shifting the problem. Because you see, Galamsey is worse now. Worse. And if you go and...
there was a video I saw yesterday. If that's true, that would be dangerous. A chopper.
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen it. A helicopter sent an engine to an excavator in a forest.
Okay, well, I have not seen
it. I was like, no, this should be AI. No, else.
I'm not saying it, but I'm saying that.
But it was so real.
If you want to tackle the problem, tackle the problem from the tail end, so that at least the machines will not be spoiled. Today, Ghana Water is charging us over 20% in the last 1 year because they said the turbidity has gone higher. Today, when you go to Bole Bamboy, initially, Galamsey was not a problem there. Today, it's a problem there. It's a problem in the
president's hometown?
Yes.
Bole Bamboy.
It's a problem now. You understand? So it's not really about supporting Ghana Water to fix their machines. You support them to fix their machines, but the dirty water will come and still destroy the machines. So I believe that the 8.4 is okay. They will fix the machines today. But you have not fixed the problem. The problem is that Galamsey is worse. If you're going to Kumasi and you get to Anyinam, now it is even, they do it with impunity. I know Prof drove all the way from Kumasi to this place. When you get to Anyinam, you're using the bypass that has been abandoned. Now the Galamseyers park their private cars. You see about 10, 15 private cars parked. Then you see them just behind the road doing Galamsey. So if you give 8.4 million Ghana cedi to Ghana Water to fix their machines, it is okay. Unfortunately, it will not solve the problem because the machines will still be destroyed by the dirty water. And so I think the government must be up and doing. The best thing is for them to solve the Galamsey that they promised the people of this country they will solve. Today, we don't even talk about it because you don't even know where to tackle it. You don't know where to tackle it because everywhere in this country is now a mining site. And that is really not, it doesn't augur well. So it's good. Sami Jammeh has given them 8.4 million, but unfortunately, it's only money that will go and will not solve any problem.
Okay, all right. Prof, I don't know if you want to have a bite on this. I mean, if not, let's move on to our issues. We have a lot of issues on our table. Lawyer Bernard Bedu has joined us here. He is the MP for the people of Akwatia. Lawyer, good morning.
Good morning, man.
Hope all is well.
Yeah, good.
Okay. I'm well. We have Dr. Kwame Asante, political scientist at the University of Ghana, also on Zoom. Prof, good morning. Hello, Prof.
Hello.
Great. So I hope all is well.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Good morning.
Okay. I guess
I can hear you.
Okay, great.
Good morning.
Good. Let's delve straight into the matters and start with the IOCO. Minority is calling out IOCO and they are pushing for the AG to appear before Parliament over onerous bail conditions. We're asking whether those bail conditions are illegal. Let me start with you, Dr. Asante.
Can you hear me?
Clearly.
Is it better?
Very.
Good morning, Kojo. Yeah, and good morning to my colleagues in the studio. Yeah. Please, you pose a question if you can recap it.
I want your thought on the minority's call on the IOCO and their push for the AG to appear before Parliament over what they describe as onerous bail conditions by IOCO.
I'm not a lawyer, but I always believe that if matters are, handled using the law, then we want to know the situation where it is the law and nothing but the law. What do I mean? I mean that all the processes are followed so that you get to the bottom. For Parliament, it's part of their mandate that ministers from time to time come and brief Parliament about the goings on in their ministry. Parliament can also, due to certain circumstances, extend invitation to them to also come. So it's part of the parliamentary processes and that once a while a minister can go to answer questions or he can be called to come and answer questions. So all those things are still within the remit of parliamentary procedures.
Okay. Let me then bring in the lawyer and the MP as well. Lawyer Bedu.
Well, so good morning to you and your team and my co-panelists. And I thought that since they are saying it's onerous, you would want us to hear from them the basis for that. And they are up here.
Okay, no problem. I thought because you are the lawyer, I wanted to start you. But
I want to hear the basis for the onerous.
But you are in Parliament. You heard
their claim. No.
Okay. All right.
He's here.
Okay. Awal, let's go. Why the call?
Thank you so much. I think, Kojo, if you look at our history and if you look at all the past prosecutions that had happened, especially those who had served this country as CEOs, ministers, and so on, almost all the trials, all the time, had always been, their bills had always been self-recognizance bills. Even if you look at the last 8 years of our administration, almost all of them had self-recognizance bill. Others had bail conditions but were never kept for even a day or two at the either police, Yoko, or NIB, or BNI now, headquarters, and so on. But you see, if you look at in the last 1 year, 6 months, I know a lot of people who had been to police, who are still going to the police, cooperating with them whilst they do the investigations. I know some people who had gone to BNI and are still cooperating with them who are past government officials. You know some of them. But when it comes to Yoko came with some high-handedness. If you look at the number of people that they had arrested in a Rambo style, sent them there, spent weeks because of onerous bail conditions. When we say onerous bail conditions, we're looking at someone given, granted bail at Yoko, even though by law they have that mandate to grant bail. But this is the first time we're seeing this, that they are giving them bail, because usually the person is arrested, the person is sent to court, and the court will determine whether the person is given a bail or not. But in this case, you see Yoko saying that, well, they have really opened their books to really start that processes, and they had done it. And look at NSA, National Service Authority. The two accused persons spent 2 months in custody because of bail conditions. The first bail condition was 800 million Ghana cedi. He did not show any sign of being a flight risk, whether he will run away or he will not run away, and so on. You see, all that we're saying is that if you look at someone who is an accused person, who is presumed to be innocent until proven guilty by a court, the person is kept for 2 months because there is a bail condition. He went to the court for a review. The court reviewed it. Still, he was not able to meet those bail conditions until it was reviewed up to around 50 million before he was able to really get get to come out before even the trial started. Look at Hanan. Hanan and his wife spent weeks. As I speak right now, the case in the last 1 year has not started. They are still at case management. And today, he has been portrayed as a criminal. They showed houses to say that these are houses that belong to Hanan. This has never happened in the history of this country. No attorney general in the history of this country has ever organized a press conference to pronounce people guilty. except Ayine. He organized press conferences, say that this is thriller in Manila, the issues that he is coming to bring out will blow the minds of Ghanaians. He did that press conference. Today, all the cases, almost all the cases that he held press conference on, it is only 3 that has started. Even, let me say even 2. The NSA case and the Untubi case. These are the only 2 cases that have really started. The rest are still at case management.
So Untubi, there are 2, right? Samna Boy and then...
Yes, I'm saying that. If you look at the press conferences and the people he mentioned and saw, and the people who had been arrested in the past and had been given onerous bail conditions that they had to go to court for the court to review them. It is not only the minority that is talking about it. The Interior Minister, Muntaka Mubarak, says that it is becoming a norm that people are given onerous bail conditions. So I'm surprised that he says he didn't hear about it. The Education Minister, Haruna Idrisu, also decried that there is a growing culture in this country where people, innocent people are arrested and they are given bail conditions that they had to spend weeks. Look at those who were incarcerated under us. The 8 people who were even convicted. None of them had those stringent bail conditions. Look at Sednam Tamakulu. It was just 5 million. But the amount of money was around 96 million or 76, right? But it was just 5 million. And 2 people stood surety. And she, the first day she was arrested, she was granted bail that day. But it was 72 counts. But she was granted bail that day and was given leave to even leave the country. And she absconded. You understand? So the thing is becoming so, we're saying that this time around, the best thing is that stop it now. So that at least it will not be a cycle. Because it is becoming as though if I don't like you, I can arrest you. And after arrest, I keep you in custody for days. Look at Provincial, the former boss CEO. He was just going to Kigali. He got to airport, then they said he was on stop list. They arrested him. He spent 8 days in custody. Today, the case has not, they've not even called him again. But he spent 8 days in custody. Why must that happen? Even Alhaji Mumina, William TV, and Eugene Bafuboni were not treated like this. If you have a case, go and prosecute it in court. That's why some of us are against the press conferences. Because the press conferences are needless. Look at what happened to Miracles. Miracles was invited by NIB. He honored that invitation. After honoring that invitation on the 28th of February, in May, he even called them to ask them whether there is any issue for him to answer. They said, no, we'll call you. He left this country. Whilst returning, now you're saying that he was on a stop list. So you have stopped him. And you're giving him 50 million bail condition. And the 2 sureties must have 2 properties. And the 2 of them will have to justify with properties. We had attorney generals in this country. We had people who had served as Yoko and so on in this country. We are not against any prosecution. 13 of our people were prosecuted in between 2009 and 2016. 13 of them were prosecuted. And there was no hue and cry because at that time, they were treated with courtesies. Look at when Asabi was arrested at airport together with his wife. They were just leaving this country. They were arrested. They were brought in. They were granted bail later. I spent a day. They were granted bail. They went ahead to win the case. You understand? So if it was to be a press conference to say Asabi was a criminal and so on, today when you go online, all these people, he has persecuted them in the public domain to the extent that today people see them and see people who are criminals. So it is not the minority alone that is saying that the growing culture of stringent bail conditions will hurt the democracy of this country. Because it will get to a time, if I am Yoko CEO, we're in government, and I don't like you, I will let them arrest you. You spend days, after spending days, we'll leave you. And if you're not careful, the person goes to court today
to seek remedies for damages and so on. It is the money that will be used to dig borehole in a hunter that will be used to pay the person because of some inactions of a security person.
Okay, all right. Lord, so he's laid the foundation as to why they are called. What's your response now?
That's okay. Thanks so much for the opportunity. So you've seen, I never made a hit. I never said anything. I never did any gesture. So please, we need to respect our viewers. When I leave here, comments I get sometimes it's not the best. Please. So let's have a very civil show. Now, you see, first and foremost, it's not true that for the press conferences the AG has held, only 2 are doing. We know the Sky Train is on. Maybe he's forgotten.
The case has started, the Sky Train.
Yes. So 3, yes.
It's not just that. Right. We also know that the National Signals Bureau. There are a few others. So it's not the case that. You mentioned
NSC. I said Adubois.
No, please. So let me remind you. You mentioned Woon to me. You didn't mention NSC. Yeah. So please, I heard you.
Okay.
Now, so it's not true that only 2. There are a few more that are also ongoing. Kojo, you see, ordinarily, when things happen like this, some of us would have loved to join the call to have things straightened up and corrected. Because, for instance, in my case, or with respect, my view on this is wholly not an approval of what has happened. Okay. I don't really approve everything that has happened. And the challenge we have sometimes, let me talk of myself, is the way the commentary is being run. Politicize it. And so it makes some of us now draw back and watch you do your politics. But ordinarily, there are issues. There are questions to ask.
That's why your Minister of Education
please. But when you do pure politics with it makes it difficult for us because we are all politicians. It makes it difficult.
But where's the politics?
So how can you come and say that they just started 1.5 years? You want me to play the record? That is the politics of it. It's been ongoing. We know what has happened. You see, when you play that record to them, then it's as oh no, so should we also continue like that? So let us admit that Yoko, for years, has been used for this purpose. He mentioned a few ones. Let me just say one, just one, so that we don't. You remember the Collins Dowda case?
Yes.
Do you know the bail condition that was set for Honorable Adjumai Mensa?
Remind me.
Yes, it was $65 million.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So you see, if you come and sit here and then you pontificate as though this thing has just started.
Self-recognizance.
Kojo, you see, when it happens like I walk out, let me be very, very blunt here.
That's why
this thing shouldn't continue.
When you were speaking, he was very quiet. So then when it comes to time, you can...
Self-recognized for Alhaji Collins Dowda because he was an MP. If you don't know, I'm talking of Adjumai Mensa. It was $65 million. If you don't have your fact, don't come and then deceive the people here.
Over how much?
Over what?
They were accused of...
No, so if you bring that in, then they have no case. If it's just the accused, so allow me.
So people know.
No, so allow me. This is the point.
Okay.
If you want to bring in how much has been charged on you as having misappropriated, then there is no case here. Because here is 50 million.
Okay.
But I get the argument others are making. Because you see, I would ask a question that, see, even with the 50 million, the claim is that 2 people are being investigated for the 50 million. So why put 50 million on one head? Assuming you are even to share
55 million.
Whatever, 55 million. Yeah. Do you get the point I'm making?
Yes.
2 people are being investigated for 55 million.
Yeah.
So why put, so if you are even to divide that, between the two. Why put 50 million? So if we are to go by your argument that once that charge has been put on you, we can, because that is ideally the way the courts and then those agencies look at bail. But you see, I agree with him that if we are not careful, we may also get someone who may abuse it. Just put something that he's stolen this amount of money, thereby creating that room for you to put some hefty conditions on the head, which he cannot obviously fulfill. So that far, I am looking at the institution Yoko and other institutions and not personalize it.
Okay.
A lot has happened over the years. We have a lot of them. I don't want to go back. But you see, when we speak like this, the issue of miracles, I have, at least as a lawyer, let me say this. Look, when there is a legal problem, you don't use politics to resolve it. And that is something, and it is so, sometimes I wonder why my colleagues at the bar, especially, I can forgive those who are not lawyers. They can do all those things. I don't really mind. But as a lawyer, we all know what to do. And it is so straight. The law anticipates that things like this can happen. So they teach us what to do.
By going to the court.
By going to the court.
But Maziro will be abused.
No, but you see, it depends. And again, we are speaking from our own perspective and not that of Yoko. We are not too sure why they also did what they did. Okay. So it is an independent arbiter that will judge.
Okay.
Yoko will come and, argue the reasons they did what they did. You also argue why you think it cannot be. Then an arbiter. But at the moment, we cannot say they were or they weren't. But from where I sit, I feel that it could also be abused. I'm not saying in this particular instance it was abused. Get me right. But you see, all these issues of everything that is happening today has happened before. And let that be on. You have done this job. You are here. You can get us if you want to. You are independent. Get into the facts and tell us.
Okay. So
no, I'm not done. If you want me to stop, this
no, I don't want to stop. So
stop it. You've done this media thing for so long. Why do you do this? You heard him, so please, I'm referring to him. If you can't, because you said all sort of you are deceiving the people. What did you see?
What did I do?
Tell him what.
I'm on my phone.
Stop it.
So I shouldn't be on my phone whilst you talk.
Don't stop it.
Why this arrogance? Why this arrogance? I'm on my phone. And you are saying that I should be on my phone. I should be looking at you. Who are you for me to be looking at you when you are talking?
No, hold on.
Who said you should go?
I'm on my phone.
Hold on, gentlemen. Hold on.
These gestures, I'm not into these things.
This guy is so arrogant and full of himself.
Why? You sat here said all kinds of things. When it got to my turn, you've been making all these gestures as well. Who are you? Kojo, watch him. No, these gestures are not the best. He's been doing it.
When you're talking to me, I'll look at you.
No, but he shouldn't be doing these gestures. Tell him.
Okay. It's okay.
Prof, you didn't see him? No. You are independent. You didn't?
If I attend...
You turned and looked at him. Whom are you deceiving? He saw you.
No, it was something in a tent like this. I thought maybe you were prompting.
No, Prof, what did you say?
I turned.
Well, because
I think
because of what you saw.
So it's fine.
Who are talking about arrogance? You? An embodiment of that. You don't know. Ask your back. And that is why I will not go that tangent with you.
Right, but even me, at a point, I thought you had finished those. So
I'm not, because of the gesture. Prof saw it, so he looked at him. Ask him.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, maybe
that's why. Yeah.
So you see the issue of miracles. A young man, I don't wish him bad. You see, but the issue of his arrest, nobody can also say that he cannot be called upon to account for his stewardship. Sure. I'm not sure that is what.
No, nobody has said that. No. The only
power of arrest is also constitutional. It is something that Yoko has.
Yeah.
Now, after they've arrested, look, the statement the Yoko came out with if you read it carefully, they said that they've done some searches with him. If you read it.
Yeah, they say he led them to, yeah.
So it means that they are still investigating. It's not the first time. Where I have a challenge is where there is a claim that his lawyers were not allowed to, see him. If it happened, then it's wrong. Unconstitutional by virtue of Article 14.2 of the Constitution. But I ask questions. Who said he was not allowed to see his lawyers? Or his lawyers were not allowed in? Because the claim has also been made by the same MPP leadership that they as at then, they had not even cited Miracles. So who told them that Miracles had not, or his lawyers had not? And you see, as at yesterday morning, I had only heard the General Secretary, who is also a lawyer, but not Miracles Aboagye's lawyer. I had also heard Nanabi, who is also a lawyer, but not his lawyer.
Yes.
And then I think some of whom are even
yesterday morning.
Before yesterday morning.
Because in the evening of today is Wednesday, in the evening of Monday, the Atachia spoke.
Yeah, that was when that was after he had been there and had access to the officers at Yoko. But before we had seen all those coming.
Yeah.
And I have said that Article 14.2 does not give any obligation to law enforcement agencies to inform any other person of any investigation that is ongoing beyond the claim or the provision that says that his lawyer should be permitted to be with him. So if it is his lawyers, fine, but not his political party, whatever. The law is not. And you see, there is also this. So I would want to hear Miracles when he's out, because he's the only person who was there, or he was arrested without any other person.
So you're saying his party won't know, his close associate in the party won't know?
No, I'm saying that legally,
yes,
Yoko is not mandated to inform the party.
Yes, and I'm saying that if they have not done that, are you saying
people are saying that they've not cited
exactly? Yes,
they had not cited him at the time. So who told them that Miracles' lawyers had not been allowed?
Maybe they know the lawyer.
Which lawyer? Atachia said that in the afternoon. That morning, did you know Atachia was his lawyer? I have known Bobby Banzin to be the gentleman's
lawyer.
Yes, for some cases. So, as at the morning, did you know it was Atachia?
No, I wouldn't know.
And Atachia had not spoken until the afternoon. Do you get the point I'm making? I'm saying that, you see, I agree. If it happened, it is unconstitutional, it's illegal. But I'm saying, who said what? That's the point I'm making, that, you see, when things happen like this, I want us to come together and say it as it is. But to take the political lane or angle and make sure that you get a lot of political whatever from it, it makes some of us also draw back. But nobody is saying that such unconstitutionality, if it actually happened, is right. I will not sit here and say so. It is the case that it has happened before. Nobody can, I have a lot, if anybody doubts me, I can bring a lot out. But I think that we should move on. So if it happened before, we should not say that it should continue. So if we have to stop these things, we have to. But let's not also, again, let us also put it out rightly that, you see, when you are arrested, you are supposed to be informed of why you were arrested, your right to counsel, and then all that. But it's not everyone that, because you see, once it is also put out there that you've been arrested for this or that, you are presumed innocent until proven guilty. If it is out there like that, someone may also feel that you're embarrassing me. You are putting something out there in public when indeed I'm innocent, because who knows, people may misinterpret whatever has been put there, that, oh, he's a criminal, he said this, he's that. So the person has some right to some privacy of a sort. It is only a court of law when he's been convicted that you may want, or anyone can say anything about whatever it is. But at the moment he's been arrested, it is not an obligation for the law enforcement agencies to put out there. It is only good governance that we feel that the gentleman Miracles is not just anybody at all. So if he's been arrested, the public should know. Draw the line between his right to privacy as against, because we are not too sure whether Miracles would even want this case to be even told the public. You can't tell. If I'm arrested today, I know that, or for whatever reason, I personally may feel that, no, don't put out that information. I'll go through the whatever, and then make sure that I justify my innocence. So it is not law.
You picked him up in a public space.
Sorry?
You picked him up in a public space.
For the last
No, but I'm saying that the fact that I'm picked anywhere doesn't mean that I would prefer or I would want the issues to be told the public.
Okay, all right.
As an individual.
Okay.
So I'm saying that what I'm trying to say is that there is no legal injunction on any law enforcement agency to disclose everything that has happened to the public in terms of arrest.
All right.
But if they so wish, that is why the IOCO has put out what they have put out.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it is a competent court of jurisdiction that would actually assess the situation and come to a decision.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful to you. This one right here says, good morning, Sam. This government is such a clueless people and who have lied their way into power. How can you arrest, detain someone from whom you said in your press release that he has been cooperating with your office? If this is not an act to silence his voice, then what could that mean? Completely unnecessary action and to slap him with hefty bail conditions. Anyway, we'll survive this. Nana Aboagye Ablikuma Central, a.k.a. Dr. Baumia, will be president come 2028. Prof.
Yes. So, let me take it this way. We are governing the people. There is a growing concern amongst the people in respect of the way YOCO or some of the state agencies do their things. Some individuals, even in government, are in disapproval of those issues. Who speaks to the institutions involved? Who is supposed to order? Because the heads of those institutions were appointed by people who are actually helping in the government of the people. Is it to the extent that the growing concern hasn't reached where the powers are, or the powers are just silent about the concern? Or does it appear that the concern is coming from only the opposition? I don't think so. Because like the two gentlemen earlier mentioned, including himself, who is a lawyer and is disapproval of some of the aspects of the issues. So it's like generally, the people are not too happy about the way these things are done. Let me even ask that, does the style of the arrest have any impact on the case? When a referee in a football match wants to take you out of the match completely, he does that smiling. The power is in the red card, not in how he frowns his face or how he shouts on the player or whatever. So the issues I'm hearing in public, which I'm also concerned, is in respect of the style of arrest. In fact, I'm yet to hear any Ghanaian concern about somebody being arrested over an allegation or a crime. I'm yet to hear that. I think the concerns have been those two. One, the style of the arrest and the bail conditions. The style of arrest has been criticized largely by many people. I'm not sure it's only the opposition. Many people are not happy about it because it has no bearing on the case, the case itself. Eventually, however you do it, you would still have to appear before a court where the case will be properly opened and the accused would have the opportunity to defend himself. If that is going to be the ultimate, why this style? Why? Kojo, seriously, I don't understand. I don't. So the style is a problem. And I think the institutions perpetrating these things must give us an explanation that, Prof, or maybe Ghanaians, we have several styles of doing this arrest. And that when you look at cases like this, we prefer to use style A. Then my question will still be asked that, Yoko or whoever, does the style of arrest have any bearing on the gravity or enormity or potency of the case? And the answer will be no. Elsewhere, soldiers and police officers or people, security forces, are not macho men. In fact, some sections or some parts of the service usually needs bodybuilders and all those things for the purpose of what they do. But Kojo, most of the intelligent works that are done by Chinese, the Israelis, the forces that we refer to, Senior, if you see the officer, if you see the size of the officer who is doing that level of high grade intelligence, it is not about body. It is here, upstairs, here. It is not about the gravity of the force you apply on the person you are arresting and how many bullets you shoot in the air. No. Let us not entertain theatrics. It doesn't have any bearing on the enormity or the potency of the case. The case will eventually appear before a judge.
Yes.
The lawyers for both ends will come and advance their case. It will be determined on the merit of law and procedure, how the Constitution has stated or the applicable laws has prescribed. This is what we are talking about, Kojo. It has nothing. I don't know why they think the nature of the arrest, unless they come and brief us. But for me and where I sit, seriously, it's more of upstairs and being intelligent and smart about things, and not to demonstrate some drama as if it has a relation or a bearing or an impact on the case. Okay. They should think about that. And then the bail conditions, Kojo. It happened in the past. It is happening now. People are talking about it. Again, I ask, is someone up there not concerned? Because I do not think the intention of whoever is prescribing those bail conditions is to recover the alleged misappropriation. I'm not a lawyer. Lawyer is here, but I do not think that whoever was doing the calculation to prescribe that pay this as a bail condition or an amount of to free yourself or go under bail, did that calculation to recover what has been alleged to have been stolen. That cannot be I still insist I'm not a lawyer, but that cannot be the brain behind granting somebody bail. It means you have already concluded the case. If you are putting a bail condition that is closely almost equal to the alleged amount, then you have actually in your office there completed the case. In fact, you are going to keep that money there on chances. If it is if the case is lost by the accused, perhaps then you have a point to say that is why I knew I was going to. But there are many cases that goes to court, and not all of them ends in favor of the one who accused the person. And the basic fundamental thing I know, not as a lawyer, but I know is the mindset behind bail conditions is to perhaps secure your availability throughout the process. Yes. They do that in many, many forms. They seize your passport, you can't travel out of the country, they put you on stop list and all those things. Those things are to secure your presence and ensure that you avail yourself for the process. After the court has pronounced you guilty, that one, the appropriate punishment has already been prescribed, because if the offense and its appropriate punishment is already not prescribed, that thing is first of all not an offense. So let the person go through the process. If he is found guilty, it is already prescribed. This is the charge. For this charge, this is the punishment that goes with it. And the lawyers do all these things that something is not an offense unless it is stated. And the corresponding punishment thereon is also stated. Prior to the committal of that offense. So why do we speed up ahead of the whole thing with this bail condition? I wouldn't have a problem with the amounts we are quoting here. Yes. But the people are saying that actually now where it is getting to, we might want to one day, perhaps, and I saw a Slightete, one of the aspirants of the NDC MPP General Secretary, saying that at a point they may demand the original cross of Christ, the original one.
In fact,
where are you going to get the original?
I have seen Samia Oku say that NDC appointees would have to cross the T's and I's because of what they have.
So seriously, Kojo, me, I don't care the political bit. I know, in many forms, people may want to, mop up sentiments from the people and all those things. But when you put all those things aside, let the institutions perpetuating these things also know that, the general public somehow aren't too happy about what they are doing, and that the amount of bail condition or the style in which you arrest the person, in my view, has no effect on the potency of the case. Let the case be, and you see, they say empty cans usually make the loudest noise. Professor Benoni Kojo, may he so rest in peace, one of my academic advisors, he told me that, Prof, your most important point or your most important findings rather should be communicated or should be carried out in a very quiet, gentle way. People can follow. Don't create noise around what you think is the most important part of the entire exercise we are doing. So, those who are in charge, I don't know whether whether they fall under National Security or the Interior Ministry or whatever, their bosses must come in, not to join us.
Ayine.
Dr. Ayine. Add the doctor is a very important.
Okay.
So their bosses must come in.
Okay.
We must see somebody cautioning them that Charlie, this thing, the general public are concerned about it. So maybe modify it or do it. We are serving the people. At the end of the day, it's the people you are serving.
Okay. All right.
Then let me land on this, Kojo. Let me land on this. We must be truthful to ourselves. There are people who have been invited to Yoko quietly.
Yeah.
Quietly. So my question is it that is the individual the determinant of the style?
Or what is?
Or every offense not an offense?
Every offense.
So why is it that for some people, and I don't want to mention this, we know they are seniors and all those things. Some of them actually came out in public, so have been attending to Yoko and all those things we heard. Them, to those you invited, you were very professional, polite with them. We are not even having update of their cases, but we know their cases are going. But for some, selected some, you would want to put some drama around it.
Okay. All right.
Why? Are some more humans than others? Do you get it? Are we in that animal farm system where this person must be treated with caution, but this person, let's throw him out there, let's make fun of him, let's embarrass him, kind of. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So if they are going to be consistent with their mode of arrest, they should be consistent. If not, people will raise questions as to why for this one you gently invited him, but for this one you are creating a scene. Do you get it?
Yeah.
All those things are issues of concern. I think Yoko must take into We want to grow our institution, we want to correct our mistakes. Let's take these things into consideration.
Okay, all right. I'll come back to you, but let me bring in Dr. Asante first. Doc, so people say that we should be worried about what's happening because there could be future consequences for other people who may be picked up in the future. Is it your worry as well? How do we even get it right on that score?
All legal wrongs are wrongs. It doesn't matter when it starts. So as a society, if there's something wrong with this system, mode of arrest, bail conditions and all that, we should fix it as a society. Because you see, democracy hinges on rule of law. Once you have a problem with the law in its application, you need to fix that if you want to sustain democracy. So for me, when there are issues like that, I don't want people's right to be abused. No. And I want the right questions asked so that at the end of the day, those who go through the process will know that they are going through a due process. And whatever comes out, they themselves will know that they either accept or appeal or move on. My always interest is that if you want democracy to survive, then your approach to doing things must be right, and that you also have the right to ask questions when the need arises, so that you give everything when you are all is said and done to the courts, and then the court decide which direction we as a society must see the case from. So for me, that is all that I want to see, that those who are involved, the person involved in this matter will not have his right abused. And that is also, if there are questions, the questions are posed to him at the appropriate forum, and then he has all there is to it to be able to answer. For me, once we get that, then we are getting the basis of democracy.
Okay.
Anything short of this becomes an aberration, and it creates problems for society in the future, and it creates problems for what? The system we are practicing, and then what? The general humanity that we are talking about.
Okay. So once people say there are issues with the bail conditions, you think as a society we need to correct it if we have issues with it?
We need to, because you see, I'm not a lawyer, but my understanding of the law is that it's a useful instrument to regulate human conduct. So if it becomes something that affects human lives and all that, then the law becomes what? Problematic. We need to look at it. So all the time, that is why you see law goes through a lot of reforms. And in all institutions, for that matter, also go through reform. So you look at some practices, some procedures, some norms, and those are the things I'm talking about, institutions. When you realize that they are not the best, they don't serve the purpose for which those laws have to be created or defined, then obviously there is a problem that we need to fix. We have a problem on our hand. Okay. So we have to look at all these things if we want to get the basics of democracy right.
Right, okay. Well, let's just do a minute each, and then we can move on to the other issues.
Kojo, it is not true that in the past, Yoko had held people and given even bail conditions. It is not true. We had 3 Yoko officers when we took over between 2017 and 2024. The first one was Mr. Keke Amwa, who served for 2 years and a seasoned investigator. In fact, he started the Sedina Tamakulo investigation and the NCA. Then the second one was ACP Adupuku, retired. Then Mamitiwa Adodankwa. They did 3 important cases. They did the Sedina Tamakulo, they did the Sagleme, and the NCA scandal. Throughout the investigation process, they never held any of them even for a day. The difference between what is happening today and what happened in the past, especially with Sagleme, is that they finished all the investigation and presented it before court. It was the court that granted them bail, not Yoko.
So you're not disputing,
in this case,
you're not disputing the $65 million.
I'm not. But you see,
that was placed.
It was a court that placed it.
Okay.
But when you see with this current happenings with Yoko, he will give you 800 million and go and sleep. You can't go for a review unless you go to a court. But in our case, almost all the cases were held in court. So it is not true that Yoko is a standard practice in Yoko. You want to cite examples. You don't have any example. There's no single example. Even when under the NDC 1, there's no single example that Yoko started investigation and detained people for even a day. They never detained them. They will finish the investigation, then they will present it before a court. Then the court will grant them bail. Now, with the 65 million, the condition is that 3 sureties. 1, to be justified as a public servant. And they were able to meet it that day. And this is a sum of $200 million. $200 million is the sum of the total contract. But he was given 65 million with 3 sureties, 1 to be justified with as a public servant. You understand? And in these cases, they are telling us that bring landed properties. You understand? That is the difference. In the court, they will tell you that 65 million, 3 sureties, 1 to be justified. However, you are able to really meet the conditions, that is fine. Whether it is in cash, whether it is in landed properties and so on. But this one, it is specified that with landed properties, look at the Miracles one. They said 3 sureties, 2, to be justified with landed properties. So these are the difference. And again, you see, this high-handedness that they are using to do, that's why I am happy that the professor is saying that let's fix it. Because you see, at a point in time, you will pronounce people guilty, they will go to court and win, and if they are minded to go, as I said earlier, they can go and seek for damages, and it will hurt our economy.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Now listen, when people do not have their fact, they tend to some of these things. The topic you gave us was onerous bail conditions. Except people who do not know, go and read the Yoko Act, whether they have that power to do what they did or not.
Did I mention that?
Stop.
In my first, let me just chip in. In my first, I said that they have the mandate to do it, but they never used it until this man came. That was what I said.
That's fine. I continue.
So it is for somebody who doesn't know, who will talk about Yoko not doing or doing something. Look at Yoko law before you talk. This is Joy News.
No,
please, it's not about his. You gave us onerous bail condition. Could you allow me?
But you're reacting to what he said.
No, so let me do what I heard him say.
But if you're reacting, why wouldn't you react to that? He says Yoko never did that in the past. Is that true or not so? He said Yoko never put bail conditions on people who scored that date.
Yoko has a mandate. If yesterday, assuming if yesterday they thought that it wasn't necessary, it is only when we are talking law. You are talking about something.
But you said it happened in the past. You lied that it happened in the past. You want to cite examples, but you don't want to cite. And that was the reason I told you that it's not true. You peddle falsehood. And it's a lie that indeed in the past Yoko did that. Yoko never did that.
That's fine. He says that it is in the law, so it wasn't.
Yeah, it's in the law. I mentioned it. Even my first submission, I mentioned it's in the law.
Lawyer, please probe.
But they never used it.
You don't.
You only send it to court. But you can walk out if you want.
Awal, it's okay.
You're not representing me.
Awal, it's okay. Awal, it's okay.
You can walk out if you want.
Awal,
you're not representing me.
Awal, no. That's
let me walk out.
Yeah, you're not representing me. I didn't invite you.
But you heard me. But you heard me say no.
If you lie, we have to point it out. This is Joy News. This is Joy News.
I have said no to him. Why are you saying I'm colluding with him?
But how can you allow somebody? This thing happens all the time. Who does that?
But lawyer, you have to appreciate that.
Appreciate what?
I cannot close his mouth.
So you should.
When he says, I will say no, don't do it. I'll try and control him. So
people who don't read come sit here and say that Yoko has done A, B, C, D. Hold it. If you even what he said, it is false for anybody to tell you. Maybe, well, I understand because he doesn't know law. Listen, for anybody to tell you that when we say to be justified, his understanding is public servant. Let me read graphic online to you. Please, let me read what.
Why would you misconstrue my words and think I should just keep quiet? Did I say that?
Let him.
So when he responded to me, I didn't have a right to interject.
No.
What essentially the Kojo, who hosts the program well? When he was reacting to me, you thought that I didn't have anything to say.
I stopped him and I said you should have your time. That's all I was saying.
Now, on the 6th day of August 2021, Saglami Housing Bruhaha, Collins Zalda 4 others granted bail. If you read graphic online, so people who don't know would only come and peddle falsehood. When you are, let me even give an education for who, when you are admitted to bail and they say that sureties to be justified. In fact, this one was even more onerous because with the justification, they said 3. If you read graphic online, the 3, one of them must also be a public servant. The 2 to be justified, it is with landed property. People should go and read.
It's not there.
Okay, let me
read it to you. Every lawyer knows this. When you say to be justified, it's landed property. It is not your clothing. Now, listen. I think it's about the 6th paragraph. Dr. Ajimai Mensah and Alhaji Yakubu were granted bail in the sum of 65 million each and 8 CD equivalent with 3 sureties, one of whom must be a public servant. So you should ask what the other 2 would have to do. So listen. Clo Canas was granted bail in the sum of 179 million or its CD equivalent with 3 sureties, one of whom must be a public servant or civil servant, while Angelo was granted bail in the sum of $13 million with 3 sureties, one of whom shall be a public or civil servant. The sureties are to deposit proof of landed properties at the court credit. So people who don't know would only shout. Every lawyer knows it, that if you admitted to bail with surety to be justified, it's landed property, it's not your shirt. Ask every lawyer. If you don't know, you don't know. You are saying, look, and Yoko performs that judicial, how do you call it? Administrative judicial functions at this point, if you don't know. And if Yoko says anything and you disagree, Kojo, it is not you shouting. You go to court and have it set aside. Even a court, like what they did with the Saglemi thing, even the court, when he admits you to bail and gives conditions and you think it's onerous, you go a step further. What is the issue here? But if we are saying, as a country, that everybody or anybody that is arrested should not have bail that needs to be, what do you call it, onerous or to be justified. That is all of us saying. So we don't need to belabor the point. At the end of the day, yes, I have sat here, and it is not very, very, common that I sit here representing the government and I tell you that I have issues. Don't you appreciate it? I have issues, but don't politicize it. Okay. Because the onerosity of bail conditions, it didn't just start.
Okay.
$179 million. And then $179 million.
Okay. All right.
No, Kojo, this is what has happened before. $179 million. And you say, no, don't talk about that one.
By a court and not an individual sitting in.
If you understand and read, you understand that Yoko at that stage performs a judicial function. Read the Yoko Act. If you disagree, you know what to do. It could even be the CID. It could be anyone.
Okay. All right.
So there is no issue. I am saying, and you see, when things happen like this and people are talking, we should also admit that we are individuals. For all you know, you may even be saying things. Look, it started with Wontumi. They arrested Wontumi. It's because he's been speaking against the government. Because you hate him. And today, Wontumi is seeking plea bargain. And let nobody deceive you. Okay. Plea bargain means you are guilty. Okay. Go and read section 162H of the Amendment Act. Okay. It means you are guilty.
Thank you.
And here we are. So please, Miracle has his private life. He may know you know what you do not know. Relax. Let him go through the process. I know. I'm even hearing he's been released.
Yes.
Yes. So what is the issue? But I would say
he met the bail conditions, not he's been released. He met the bail conditions. It is not unlike Hanan,
guys. I need to
don't meet the bail conditions, but they eventually.
It's fine. It's okay.
Because he said he will remain there.
Okay. I only said we should spend a minute each on this. So let's make progress. Now, GN Bank was set for a comeback. I mean, Dr. Ndum even announced that they are going to set the first branch in, I think, Elmina. But yesterday, the Supreme Court put brakes on that and said, no, they should hold on. So they suspended the reopening of GN Bank till they are done with other issues. Dr. Asante, do I still have you? Okay, Doc is gone. Let me start with the lawyer on this one as well. Lawyer Bedu. I mean, GN Bank had its license restored by, I think it was the Court of Appeals. But the Supreme Court says no. What's happening here?
Oh, so it's a simple one. And I wouldn't want to go into the merits of it, even though I know some stuff in it. But because the Supreme Court is seized with the matter, we should be careful. This is joy news. You never know whether it's Supreme Court judges.
They are watching actually.
Tomorrow you are not held before them to answer. And of course, I should know better as a practitioner. Now, what has happened is a simple one. Yes, the Court of Appeal heard the matter and then they granted the request of GN Bank to have its license restored. Soon thereafter, the Bank of Ghana went to the Supreme Court to appeal against that decision. normally when there is an appeal, practitioners know that you file what is called stay of execution, usually, because you see, if you don't do that, the process will continue, because until you file and it is granted, there is a decision and it has to be followed through. So if you are not careful, by the time you realize things may have happened and you will not, but you see, the court, the fact that you even file doesn't mean the execution should be halted. The court should look at it and make sure that you have a case. What the appeal that you brought to you have made a case that meets a certain interrogation, because the court is of the view that once a decision is given, it must be followed through. But if you appeal and you convince the court that the basis for Bank of Ghana's appeal is law. I've read a few documents or processes in this case, and they claim the Court of Appeal was wrong in law.
Okay.
I wouldn't say much. And so the Supreme Court has looked at it, and they are of the view that no, there is a matter to look at. And so that application to have the execution stayed has now been granted. It doesn't mean that there is a decision that their license will not be. At the moment, there is still a decision of the Court of Appeal which has not been reversed or whatever. So at the moment, the court is saying that stay, hold on, don't grant or don't issue the license yet. Let us look at the matter. So GM Bank will still be in court to prosecute its matter, defend its position. Because you see, the point really is this. In any case, who was to grant the license, to issue the license?
Bank of Ghana.
Who is in the Supreme Court?
Bank of Ghana.
So I think that let's stay back a bit. I have my personal opinion, but because the Supreme Court is
actually
the matter.
On the day the Court of Appeals gave that ruling, I spoke to a banking consultant on Top Story, and he said that he knows that the Bank of Ghana will go, and when they go, he's sure they will win that.
That goes the point that as a country, as a state, institutions run irrespective of political parties that are in power. Because this was an action taken by the previous government. But the current government or the current Bank of Ghana
governor or management
thinks that it is the way to go. And that is what we should try to always, so that our institutions grow beyond partisanship. Whatever it is, regardless of which government was or is in power, the procedure and whatever they have been doing, that is right, must continue.
They've taken a recent decision, Bank of Ghana. They revoked the license of, I think it's ZPay or so.
I commend that. It's not about whether GN deserves or does not, but I commend the continuity of whatever. It tells that the Bank of Ghana is growing beyond partisanship, and I'm happy.
Prof.
Yes. So before I come to that, we're still in the professional field, and the statistician fraternity of Ghana, our godfather or president is Professor N.N. Nsuwa Nuyama.
N.N. Nsuwa Nuyama.
Nsuwa Nuyama. Nicholas Nicodemus Nana Nsuwa Nuyama. I greet him. I was fortunate to have him as my personal statistics coach. Supervised my PhD. He's guided me throughout all my statistical endeavor.
You said so is N.N. Nsuwa.
Yes.
Wow, that's serious.
Nicholas.
Professor 5N.
Nicodemus. Nana. Nsuwa Nuyama. I greet him.
Wow.
He's the president of South Shore, formerly Dominion University, Action Chapel. So he's raised a thought-provoking conversation, and he thinks that the disbelief of the citizens in the data that comes from Ghana Statistical Service. Sometimes you hear inflation, they say they are lying. When you hear GDP, they say they've cooked it to favor government. He thinks that one of the reasons why the citizens do that is because we call them, the head, the bosses, we call them government's statistician. So it's like they are doing everything to suit the government of the day. And so just as we call the Auditor General, which has no nomenclature relation with the government of the day, and they do their work and it is discussed by Parliament and everything genuinely, he thinks that it is time we change the name. That name was given to us by the colonial masters. And at that colonial time, the statisticians then were actually working for the government.
Okay.
But times have changed, and in all democracy, statisticians, they work generally. So he thinks that it is time we change the name from government statistician to statistician general.
Okay. But I think
yes,
the government statistician used to be independent almost all the time until recently when Professor Nim was removed. And I think this is the first time a statistician was removed and replaced by another one.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah, Grace Bediakun came through all the administrations from Kufuor, Mills, and retired under Mahama.
I like your...
you understand?
But if she retired under Mahama, then Mahama would have appointed someone.
She retired, yeah, he appointed someone.
Yes.
Someone was appointed. And that person also, that is Wadier also, he also retired. Then another was until Professor Enim was just removed and replaced by Professor Lassa.
All right.
I know. But I mean, when you say statistician has been replaced by, statistics is a very broad field.
No, I'm talking about the government statistician.
Al Hassan is a statistician.
Yes.
You can call him a financial statistician. Enim is a statistician. He is an econometrist, an economic statistician. Statistics is like
I'm talking about you hearing change of government and you see the change of the government statistician.
Anyway,
this is the first time it has happened.
The permission to, explain some of these things, but it could also be, just by the way, it could also be that perhaps the very good Professor Enim was already...
he was not on retirement, I know the story.
Intending to leave. I'm not talking about...
Anyway, let's move on. We are talking about...
So what I'm saying on this platform is that, lawyer, you are here, you are in Parliament. If it comes up, or if it is worth considering, let us detach the government thing. It makes people think that they cook data that is determined to them by the finance minister or by the president or by whoever is the head of government. Let them be statistician generals, like the Auditor General, and then we know that they are doing their work as teachers. In fact, the misconception people have about inflation. Usually I ask you, when they say inflation has fallen from 24% to 5%, what does it mean? It means a car, for example, the car is speeding at 24 kilometers per hour, is now speeding at 5 kilometers per hour. It tells you the car is still moving. Just that the rate at which it is moving is slowing, and all these things. Basic, but when it comes up, usually you see the political twist to it. This one takes it here, this one takes it. Instead of going into the data and see where to correct. Okay. Elsewhere, my last point on that.
Hey, Prof.
Let me come to GN Bank. GN Bank, like lawyer has said, for me, I will applaud the Bank of Ghana. They are the head. Dr. Siama is part of the government, kind of. But then they won't put their professionalism aside just because it was a political promise in the past that when we come,
you restore your license.
Restore your license. Professionals. That's why I always recommend that let's bring more professionals into government. At least his professionalism would save some things. They won't do things like a wholesale like that. No professional will just do things wholesale without paying attention to some details in there. In fact, I'm not prophesying doom or perhaps not wishing GM Bank well, but until the Bank of Ghana, professionals in there are convinced that a step to restoring the license is in the right order professionally, it will be very difficult for any political influence to say, put aside all the things you have gone to learn in school. Dr. Siama, you get it, put aside every professionalism, the banking consultants and all those things at Bank of Ghana. Yes, this is an error, but forget it, put it aside. They will not. It will be very difficult to do that. So let's applaud the Bank of Ghana. Let's give the law courts the time to interrogate the matter. We wish GN Bank well, but I stand here to say that it is not going to come on the blind side of professionals who are committed to keeping the standards. And until the standards are cleared or the way is clear professionally, it will be difficult. It can't be just on the promise of a political promise that your license is restored. Then let's take this into the future and say, when a politician tells you something and it is related to a certain professional, please, you too start doing your homework and make sure by the professional standards you fit to. If not, when you go there, the Bank of Ghana will meet you squarely with the details.
Okay, all right.
Kojo, I think this issue has two dimensions. One, the political dimension, and secondly, the technical dimension. The political dimension is that when these banks were closed, the NDC used it as a campaign tool to say that Akufo-Addo closed the banks because he's callous. To the extent that when you read the NDC's manifesto, they even put it in the 2024 manifesto that when they come, they will restore the licenses for those who are affected, who were affected at that time. So that is the reason this one has become a political issue. Now, when you look at the issues, when it broke that indeed, the story, news broke just about a month ago, that Court of Appeals has really restored their license, and they had ordered that they should take steps to release all their assets to them and so on. I remember I listened to your program and you spoke to Nana Otue-Champong, that is the banking consultant, who said that looking at the facts of the case, it will be difficult for them to really operate. He went ahead to say that if Bank of Ghana is to appeal, he even said that he gave the hint that Bank of Ghana will appeal.
Yes.
Because if you look at the ruling, if you read through the ruling and you look at how that license was revoked, Bank of Ghana did not do anything untoward. And it is clear that indeed when you listen to the reasons why at that time that license was revoked, they were cogent, and Bank of Ghana really enumerated them before they even revoked the license. It was Indum who went to the High Court to challenge Bank of Ghana's decision, and the High Court ruled against him. It is not Bank of Ghana that went to court. It was Indum who went to to the High Court to challenge what the Bank of Ghana had done, and the court reaffirmed and said that indeed Bank of Ghana did the right thing, because you see, capital adequacy ratio of the bank was supposed to be in a positive. It came down to negative 61%. They closed about 70 branches without recourse to Bank of Ghana. You can't close even a single branch without recourse to Bank of Ghana. They closed about 70. They did not have cash. We all saw these stories. You saw people going to the banks and they were turned out without monies. We at YEA at a point in time were paying our Arabic instructors through GN Bank. And a lot of them called and said that they go to the bank and the monies were not there, but we will instruct them that we've paid the monies and so on. So these are open secrets that we all know. But you see, it took a political twist. And that is the reason we're where we are today. Or else this one will have been a necessary administrative and legal battle between Bank of Ghana and the GN Bank, because GN Bank felt that they were not treated fairly. They went to court and lost. They went for an appeal. And during that process, he went and met the current president, at that time former president, and presented his issues to him. And the president told the world that if he is elected as president, he will make sure that it is restored. And when the Court of Appeals gave that ruling about a month ago, you said the jubilation over. To the extent that a deputy communications director at the office of the president, Shamima Muslim, had to say that the president is not vindictive. It means Akufo-Addo was vindictive when at the time that the license was revoked, he was president. So he was vindictive. When you know that Bank of Ghana did their work as Bank of Ghana. So I was not surprised that they did the appeal, and now there is a stay, that they should stay until the determination of the case. We'll wait to see the outcome of the case. But I believe that those who are saying that you don't feel sympathy, yesterday I wrote about it on my Facebook page. They said, oh, you are happy, the license has not been revoked and so on. If the government hadn't taken the bitter pill of doing the banking cleanup exercise, we wouldn't know where we are today.
Okay.
Because when DKM happened, thousands of people lost their lives. The president the government took the decision to do banking cleanup exercise so that they could safeguard at least 2.4 million people's savings.
So you meant to say thousands of people lost their livelihoods or lost their lives?
Even their lives around the Chimai and the north and so on. Those who lost their entire livelihood had to lose their lives. There are stories of people who lost their lives because their entire livelihood were gone through the DKM thing. And we couldn't really get them anything. But this one, there is no single bank that was collapsed. It was consolidated into Consolidated Bank of Ghana. And today, all their monies were intact. Nobody lost a dime in that. It is the banks. And again, at least we saw in the ruling of Ato Asian that indeed, if government hadn't done that, you have stolen deposited accounts, because the court ruling is that he stole the deposited accounts, funds. And he pleaded guilty to doing that. And he was supposed to pay around 90 million. He paid 30 million. After paying 30 million, he couldn't pay. He was committed to jail term. Now, I'm told he has been granted bail quite recently and so on. And the case is still ongoing. So the government took the best decision in the best interest of this country, in the best interest of depositors. And we were not vindictive because GN Bank got its first license under Akufo. You got it to start operating. He got it under Akufo. So why will a government that gave that gave license to him will have to revoke? The man served under an MPP government as a minister.
Okay.
Before he even started the bank.
Okay.
And so on.
All right.
So we're not being vindictive.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Kojo?
Yes.
It has to be put on record that there is no record anywhere that says that thousands lost their lives. If livelihoods, I would be okay, but thousands is not true. Now, the other issue, we are individuals. There are things I know, a lot I disagree with what the presentation that has been made by my brother. But because the matter, don't forget, there is no finality to this matter. So all the claims in doom, as I've also read his lawyers, are opposed to a lot of these claims. A lot of them. But if you've read, if it's not just politics and you've read what is in court, you know that the Bank of Ghana is in the Supreme Court mainly on technical grounds. Law. And it's important. If you've read the processes, you will not do the usual politics with it. They are in court not because of these claims, but pure law, that the Court of Appeal erred in law. Deciding the case.
But how did they err in law?
No, but that is what is before the Supreme Court. Relax. You want to push me there? No, I've read processes in there. I'm saying that the basis for the Supreme Court action by the Bank of Ghana. And let me also say, nobody has said here, at least not here, that it was the Bank of Ghana that went to court. The process started from the High Court, we all know. But it is the Indum that went to the Court of Appeal.
Yes.
And appealed.
Yeah.
And now the Court of Appeal ruled for Indum. And now the Bank of Ghana has also appealed against the Court of Appeal decision. And the main grounds is law.
Yes.
And I'm saying that if you've read their basis of the appeal, that the notice of appeal, they are saying the Court of Appeal erred in law.
Yes.
And that is why they are in the Supreme Court. Let's wait. At the moment, the Supreme Court has seized with the matter and has seen that there is a matter to trial. That is why they have stayed execution of the Court of Appeal decision. But for that, they would have gone through, and it is also not the case.
But why would they say the Court of Appeal erred in law?
It happens.
When they know that the process they took to revoke the license has legal basis.
The process
was affirmed by
the processes that BOG took to revoke the license of GN Bank. They followed legal procedure, right, to revoke it.
Yeah.
And that's why when the Court of
Appeal... They
Appeal...
followed legal procedure in revoking it.
In revoking it.
Yeah, have you read the Court of Appeal decision?
No, I'm saying that...
Hold it. The bank, the High Court...
Ruled
in favor, which has been set aside by the Court of Appeal. So currently the decision, the decision in the Indum case is the Court of Appeal decision.
Yes.
You don't even cite Bank of... Which decision does not agree with the revocation of the license.
Yes.
The Supreme Court is yet to rule on it.
Exactly.
So currently the law is that Indum's license was improperly revoked.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes, I understand that.
So there is no issue.
No, there's no issue. I'm just saying that the BOG believes that the process, because all of this is emanating from the process.
And the Supreme Court is yet to rule on that. So that is it. But let me also say there's no way. You can Google and see President Mahama did not directly assure that I will restore. He said, he took the petition and said, we will look into it. And he raised issues that it was done hurriedly in revoking and all that. We've had our issues with it. I don't want us to, you see, we can't politicize everything in this country. And sometimes when we come to sit here, we are professionals before we also becoming politicians. So the bank, look, as we speak, a lot of depositors, even the Indum himself, is his investment. Let us raise the bar. At the moment the Supreme Court is seized with the matter, let the Supreme Court bring finality to it. Sometimes even the Supreme Court may split. I mean, the bench may split and a review may be necessary. Let us go through the full whole so that as a country, we will move on. This one, for me, it's really not something we should dwell so much time.
Okay. Okay, so this is from citynewsroom.com. It says, the Director of Business Operations at Delex Finance, Joe Jackson, says it is practically impossible for future governments to restore the licenses of banks collapsed a few years ago. His comment comes on the back of a promise by former President John Dramani Mahama to restore the banking license that he said were unjustly cancelled by Akufo-Addo's government if elected in the 2024 general elections. The flag bearer of the NDC further pledged to ensure that experienced people who lost their jobs in the wake of the cleanup in the banking sector will get their jobs back. Quote, we will restore indigenous investment in banking and investment sector. We will create a tiered banking system that will serve the...
What?
We will restore indigenous investment and the banking and investment sector. We will create a tiered banking system that will serve the various segments of the market. We will give an opportunity for experienced banking hands who were laid off to secure their careers once more and move away from the menial jobs that they were forced. As far as practicable, the banking licenses that were unjustly cancelled by this government will be restored, Mr. Mahama. That's what he said, and this is 2020.
Is that the last one? Read the last.
Okay, the last part. He says, as far as practicable, the banking licenses that were unjustly cancelled by this government will be restored,
so
Mr. Mahama said.
So you have to first surmount the hurdle of determining whether it was justly or unjustly. Do you understand? So if you want to even interrogate what has been put out there, I'm saying that, you see, even sometimes you may see things from behind.
Okay.
When you come into the fray, you get to understand things better, because sometimes we all speak from position of ignorance. Let's be very honest to ourselves. You come and then you realize that, oh, okay, so this thing was done this way or that way. I don't think it's really a matter we need to.
Kojo, they had people like Dr. Asiama, who has worked at Bank of Ghana at the time. People like Asiama ordered for the quality asset review of 2025 that says that about 10 banks were distressed. And that was the reason Dr. Baumia, at the time, at Central University, said that 10 banks may collapse if government doesn't resuscitate them. You remember?
So 2015.
2015. Yeah. You understand? He said 10 banks will collapse. So when we came, the first thing we did, because we knew that those banks were distressed, and the Bank of Ghana really listened to Dr. Baumia. They started supporting the banks, giving them liquidity supports and so on. After that, when we took over, we saw that they were mismanaging the support that Bank of Ghana gave them. And that was the reason first 5 months of our administration, we had to let GCB take over 2 banks, Capital Bank and UT. just in a drama, so that at least they will safeguard the deposited funds. Then we started prosecuting the 2 individuals involved. Then we felt that the rest of the banks, the situation is becoming so murkier that people are opening banks without necessarily having a lot of capital. So that was the reason we had to give them up to the end of that year to recapitalize to 400 million. Some were not able to meet it, including GN Bank. Sahel Sahara, Omni Bank, and so on had to come together and form OmniSec, and some others merged. GN Bank decided not to merge. He says he will not merge. He didn't get the capital adequacy. He will not the capital threshold. He will not merge. He wanted a downgrade to GN Savings and Loans, and that was accepted. After it was accepted, the bank continued to suffer. People go there and they do not get their funds. He closed 70 banks according to Bank of Ghana, which is not in dispute. Branches, which was not in dispute. His only reasons were that he had around 7.1 billion Ghana cedi with the government because he gave contractors some amounts of money and so on. That was the reason after the revocation of that license, he went to the High Court to challenge Bank of Ghana. That why did you revoke my license because I have these issues? He went to the the High Court, and the High Court listened to Bank of Ghana, and they said Bank of Ghana did the right thing. Until the case, the appeals court did their ruling. So indeed, we are all waiting for what the Supreme Court will say. But I don't want to be prejudicial. Okay. But I believe that it will be difficult for a restoration.
Okay. All right then. This one says, lawyer, this is for you, so please listen to it. The lawyer Bediako is contradicting himself. If he knows that Bobby Banson is Miracles' lawyer, then it even confirms the argument that they didn't allow him access to his lawyer because Bobby Banson couldn't also get in touch with Miracles.
Have you heard Bobby Banson?
No, I haven't.
So where is this?
I haven't.
Has he said?
He says, I'll let me just complete. So there you go. He says, I heard him ask that question. Who told them they didn't give him access to his lawyer? On so many shows, but it doesn't hold at all. He should just stop asking the question because that is a fact and no one needs to be told. Master Planner, Junior Policy Analyst, Contempo.
Does he know what the fact is? Who is saying it? You, Kojo, you sit here. Yeah. I'm asking you, who told you? Which lawyer claimed that I am lawyer for, what's his name? Miracles, and I was denied entry before Atachia came in? Which lawyer told you that? So please, you should listen before.
Okay. This one says, Anokwa. Today, NDC is happy with the continuity of the actions of BOG in appealing the Court of Appeal decision. Oh, so the closure of GN Bank was, after all, not an MPP witch hunt. These people. So if the Supreme Court finds that the Court of Appeal, in fact, erred in law, what will be the effect? That's a question that a viewer.
If the Court of Appeal erred in law, then it means whatever decision
the High Court has taken.
Not necessarily. The Supreme Court may also give its own decision separate from. So, but what it means is that they would set aside the decision of the Court of Appeal and give their own consequential.
Okay. All right. That's it. This is still the AM show. Paul Afoko has launched the official bid for the MPP chairmanship. We're asking, is he able to cause a stir? Prof, let me start with you. This is your forte.
Yeah, he's been through this exercise before, and he was successful against very active members of his like in that national contest they did in, I think, 2014,
yes.
Yeah, also.
At Tamale, yes.
At Tamale, 2014. He did very well. In that exercise, the entire 3 northern regions then were overwhelmingly behind him. I want to see if this time he would get that overwhelming support from the current 5 northern regions, because if you check the results from the northern regions at that time, it was just too massive. He just needed few votes from the south. Ashanti went for him and all those things, and he won the national chairmanship. So he's been through the exercise before, and in that initial exercise he was successful, and so he comes with that experience. Only that his term was short-lived. He had to appear before disciplinary committee, disciplinary issues here and there, and he had to take a backstage. I am sure that question would be asked him when he starts visiting the people, and he would have to answer it. in my view, it is both a plus and a minus situation, because even if he was found guilty for any indisciplinary action, his attitude and susceptibility to the disciplinary outcome, for me, is applaudable. Many people would have done unthinkable things, and we know some of them. Not only in NPP, but both in NDC and NPP. Sometimes when you call people to submit themselves to disciplinary issues, they can leave the party, they can cross carpet or something just to avoid. They can sometimes even decide to remain in the party, but be a nuisance, disturb you. Sometimes they will not be in the party and be nuisance. They will not cross carpet. They will not leave the party, but they will be doing underground activity against the party. But we do not have these memories of him. He kept himself that gentleman. He sat aside. I mean, as far as I know and we all observed, he didn't cause any stir publicly or whatever. He respected himself. You see, he's a gentleman. You see him, an elitist gentleman type of, not that which those things can be associated with. So he should expect those questions, and I'm sure he can answer. For some of us sitting aside, we admire the way he conducted himself after that disciplinary measure was taken against him. And I don't know how much he worked while he was serving that disciplinary term, but I mean, I could think that once he didn't work against the NPP, it means he worked for the NPP, because in politics, no vote goes waste. If it doesn't come to you, it means the other party has gotten it. And I think he conducted himself well. Currently, I think what may be a challenge, a small challenge for him, is the homeland of the flag bearer. The leader is from Northeast, and he is from Upper East. They're just boundary across each other.
But yesterday he gave a response to that.
Yes.
He said at a time the NPP had Peter McMenu as its chairman.
Yes.
Peter McMenu is from the Ashanti region.
But known Western.
Western, yes. But I mean, he was a chairman for Western region at a point. But he says Peter McMenu is from the Ashanti region. That time, President John Addo was from the Ashanti region. Yeah. So he believes that it shouldn't be a problem. Yes.
Yeah, but we are giving him an idea of some of the things that may run through the minds of the delegates.
Okay.
And that the two powerhouses, the leader and the chairman, all coming from almost the same cluster, the same enclave, just a boundary away from one another. He should learn to approach those, keep answering them, because it will linger in the minds of the delegates. Again, he should portray some attachment to the youth, because he's a grown-up man. He doesn't come out as somebody who relates well with the youth. My personal observation.
Oh, okay.
From afar. A personal observation from afar. And we know currently in the political space, the youth have virtually taken over.
Yeah.
Go to the internet and all those things. For the two major political parties, you can conclude that the youth has taken over. But the recent elections, constituency level elections held by the NPP, one very young man by all standards, has won a chairman of Insuta Kwamambe Poso constituency.
Yeah.
One Mr. Opoku.
Yeah.
Young man. Like
same for Wasa East.
Wasa East.
Very young guy. Yeah. Either my mate or my junior in the university.
Yeah. So it tells you that there is some relevance of the connection between whoever is contesting any position and the youth.
Yeah.
And from my observation, you should forgive me if it is not like that, but it doesn't appear to me as somebody who has that connection with the youth. And especially the Gen Z activities that goes on. I don't know how well he is into these tech things, IT things, Gen Z stuff. He must quickly begin to organize himself as somebody who connects with the youth. It will add to his chances. It's not going to be easy, he knows. The last time he won, it wasn't easy. This time, it's also not going to be easy. And I think with these few words, he needs to be ready for the race ahead.
So can he cause a stir?
All of them will cause a stir. Boache Jaku will cause a stir. John Boydu will cause a stir. Paul Afoko will cause a stir. Chairman Wuntumi will cause a stir. and may the best of them win.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, this is your party. What's up?
Yes, I think one thing that I have to clear is that they are not from the same region.
Of course.
They are not also from the same tribe. They are from two different tribes altogether. Today, if he meets Dr. Baumia, the only language they can speak will be English or Twi. They don't even understand each other's language. But you had Haruna Iseku, who is an Akan from Central Region. Then you had a flag bearer, Akufo-Addo, or
John.
Yeah, Akufo. You understand. So I think that thing should really be nipped in the bud. Let's look at a competent person who can do the job, whether even they are from the same region. But this one, they are not even from the same region at all. They don't even speak the same language. This one is Bulsa, from the Bulsa area, and this one is a Mampusi from Wale Wale. So they are not family members. They happen to be in one geographical area, which is the northern part of Ghana. So a lot of people think that the north, I met people who even told me that everyone from the north is a Muslim. Then I told him that the number of Christians in the north are more than the number of Muslims in the north. He was shocked. You understand? Today, if not because President Mahama is multilingual, if you meet Haruna Idrisu today, they will only have to speak English. They are not from the same heritage. They are not family members. But this one is from Savannah, and this one is Gonja, this one is Dagomba. They are not related in any way. You understand? So that is one. Two is that when you look at Afoko, this is the first time I am seeing a context that is not between two people. I see about 3 or 4 horse races. The statistician will help us. But I believe that if you dismiss Akufo-Addo, Afoko, you dismiss him at your own peril. In 2014, when he said he was contesting for the national chairmanship position, at that time, a lot of people dismissed him and said he wouldn't be able to win, to the extent that he passed through a lot. At a point in time, they had to even suspend his vetting and so on. He did all these things, and it was apparently clear that the flag bearer didn't even like him. It was just clear. But he went ahead to win because he told them the things that he believed he would be able to do. And the delegates really voted for him at that time. And they voted for Akufo-Addo later for him to lead the party. So I wish him well. I think he will listen to what Prof has said, that indeed he will have to really connect with the times where you have a lot of, it's true that I hardly see a lot of people on social media doing the work for him. But he's someone who, when he joined this race, I saw him to be someone who is coming as a resourceful person. He's been talking about resources, let's support the flag bearer so that he gets a lot of resources and so on. When he came in 2015 as the chairman, he opened bank accounts for all the districts, the constituencies, started sending them monies and so on. It's his hallmark that he says he's resourceful, he'll be able to help the flag bearer, and so everyone has his own strength. But I believe that you don't dismiss him as a potential winner. Same as a Jakun, who is seen as a disciplinarian. Then you have the John Bodu, who is seen as someone who has walked through from constituency till the national level and has held about 3 different national positions and so on.
Organizer.
Youth organizer. National organizer, secretary. He was even deputy communications director at a point. You understand? And he was even some treasurer at the headquarters and so on. So he has also seen all. And Chamaun, to me, the longest serving Ashanti regional chairman of the party. And he brought the party to government, even though it was his time that we also went to opposition. But at least he also is touting what he will be able to. So I don't see a clear winner at this point, to be very honest. I don't see 2 distinguished people in the context, looking at history.
Initially, any of them can win.
Yeah, because you see, when Afoko joined, honestly, I dismissed his bid. I felt that, well, it is the old people who might know him. As the Prof just said, that indeed he may resonate with the old in the party, but the youth, I do not even know him because he was quiet for some time. For the entire 8 years, he was on hibernation. And maybe he's doing something behind the scenes. I didn't listen to his lunch to know what he was doing within the period. But he was on some kind of hibernation that people didn't even know, especially the youth. So he needs to do a lot of work. But I believe that I don't see anyone sticking his neck out to say that, well, it is a straight fight between this one and this one. When it started, we all saw that it was a straight fight between John Bodu and Bochajako until Wuntumi resurfaced and said he was contesting. Then it changed. Then I even wrote it on my wall that we'll have 3 horse race. Then he also came in and started touring. Just as he started touring, he went to the northern region, gave them some startup cash to start their regional office. He went to the Volta region as well, gave them some money and some cement to start these things. And so you see, when you are in opposition, if someone comes across as resourceful, he becomes a force to reckon with, at least. And strategies too. There are people who think we need a strategist. There are people who think we need these people. That's why I said that I don't see a clear winner at this point. Maybe Prof and others will do their work in the coming weeks for us to see. The elections is just about a month away. So I'm sure in the coming weeks you'll finish your work so that we'll see if there are
initial figures. But,
okay.
We'll finish it up.
Okay, all right. But you don't want to share the initial figures with us? You put the initial figures
I'll share with you, but not with the public.
Okay. As for Lawyer Abedi, this is not his worry. So he's just thinking about himself. But lawyer, from where you sit?
You see, the MPP has a big problem from where I sit.
Okay.
It depends on how they navigate.
What is that big problem?
Unity.
Unity. Okay.
They may deceive themselves and say they are united. Usually in opposition, there is no much to fight over. But I'm a bit surprised as to look, as we speak, I don't think you can ever shy away from the fact that for these few years, they've had 2 parties come out of the bigger MPP. That's a fact. Well, they may discount the impact and say it's not any serious, so they can move on. Well, we live to see. So if you are electing a national chairman, and I understand they would also be tabling a certain motion before their conference, that would be Congress to determine who the leader now would be. I think they want to change the status quo again. Back, forth, back. I don't know why they want to do that. Is it that they don't trust who may win the chairman because now it's their law is that, or their constitution is that the chairman...
In opposition.
Sorry?
In opposition.
The chairman is the leader. Is that not so?
I think so, right?
Yes, and now they want to change it again. It was the flag bearer then.
Yeah.
Change it to the chairman. Then they want to change it back to the flag bearer. I don't know why. Now, the chairman, what's his name? Afoko.
Paul Awentami Afoko.
As we all know, he's been there before. He had issues. Today, as we all suspected, Awa has confirmed that he wasn't really liked by
that time.
At the time. We thought as much. He needs to. So you see, if you are not liked by the regime, you have issues. So if you head the political party, because the regime is the regime, and they know how to whip people in line. For whatever reason, if you are not liked, then there is a problem. He is coming back. And the regime has not changed entirely. Because I think that the Nana Addo Akufo-Addo regime is the same as Dr. Bawumia, or similar. It is that same You know,
people said so about Rollins and Mills.
I don't have a problem. We may say today you've not brought us a topic of Rollins. What you have brought for us to discuss.
I get it.
So
okay.
Let us discuss. Okay. So, for me, if you ask my candid opinion, he's their best bet. But they won't vote for him. I would say they will not vote for him. That's what I've explained. The regime has not changed. They would not trust him. He will never be voted for. But he's their best bet, if you ask me, candidly. Because you need someone amongst all those contestants. How many of them can go to Alaji Batin and tell him that, my brother, enough, come, let's go? How many? How many of them can go to Kennedy and Japan and tell him, see? Because you need them. If you know, you know. In opposition, you need everyone. Even if it means promising them heaven. That don't worry, when I come, I'll give you the heavens. Politics. But if you say that, oh, because I've heard the MPP say, I've heard a lot of people say that, no, when we even fired Afoko and Kwabena Japan, we still won the elections. So we can still do it. All right, we live to see. I wish him well. I like his demeanor. I've always liked him.
He's a gentleman.
A very gentleman and very resourceful. In opposition, you need resources. And you see, sometimes you, like I have said, you need somebody who is deemed not to be so part of you, so that he can help bring the others who are gone, long gone. But if you think that, because if it is you and only people in your closet, then it means others who are not so close to can leave.
But you think the flag bearer would, because I see that those with him are all supporting different candidates. I see lawyer, the former deputy transport minister, what's his name? Hassan Tampuli supporting, I think, Ejakon. I see Aminata with Afoko. Yes. I see someone like, Mesa is also with Ejakon. Yes. I see the people with
are you a free with
Wuntumi, you know. So will he have a choice?
You see, the closet has chambers. The closet it has chambers. There are people who are so close and others who are distantly close. I will look at what IUFA is doing. I see IUFA to be so close to Dr. Baumia. No,
more than Hassan Tampuli.
Oh, I know that.
More than Amin. More than Amin.
IU is so close.
More than
IUFA.
More than Amin.
IUFA, from where I sit. IUFA, operations manager. You know that is. Okay, so you see, IUFA is so close. You see, there are some who, by virtue of, you see, the geographical area and then the competence, because the man said that when he wins elections, I mean, Anta is his finance minister. He likes him for his competence and all that at their level. So that one is different. But operations, political operations, are you free? I tell you. So me, I'll look at it from that angle. But you see, and I will not fault them so much. It's about trust. They need to be able to work, especially given the experience they had prior to the 2016 elections. They may be forewarned that you need somebody you can trust. But I think that if you also dwell so much on that, you will throw away others. So at least try to bring everybody on board. Of course, there will be, because you see, in the minds of Ghanaians or in the eyes of Ghanaians, MPP is divided. But whether it has so much impact into the upcoming elections is another thing. So they have an opportunity to bridge that gap, if there is, or there exists any. So that if can you imagine if Afoko wins the chairmanship position and Dr. Baumia, I mean, or people around him, you say who around him supports Afoko? You say who?
Hassan is a Jakon. Tampuli is the former finance minister.
So who around Dr. Baumia?
He is the former deputy transport minister. He is with the Jakon.
Yes, I'm talking about those who have.
Yes,
the former finance minister. Yes.
That's fine. So we pray but we wish them well. I mean, they are a political party in opposition. They need to work from opposition very well to help the government succeed. And so we wish them well. Dr. Bawumia, my challenge has always been this. I've said it elsewhere, and maybe let me put it that way, related to this. I don't know why they chose to elect the flag bearer before electing their. Look, that is the danger. You see now, people around Dr. Bawumia are being asked or are being perceived to support one or two. You are the leader of the party. If some people who are also party people anyways, they have a right to do whatever, but they are close to you. So if any of them goes out there to support one candidate, we perceive that the leader or the regime there now supports this person.
But doesn't it also show the neutrality of the man when his people are supporting whoever they like?
I don't know the people you are talking. Okay, hold on. Who does Nana Akufo-Addo support?
Nana Akufo-Addo.
He has not come.
Okay, I don't know.
He has not come out.
But it is for good reasons.
But you see, I know that Dr. Bawumia, when it comes to Hassan Tampoli, I mean, are you a free? George Mrekuduka. Yes, because Mrekuduka was this guy in Western Region. Duka
so
is
if you extend it that way, there are people very close.
Duka is
to me.
Yes.
So doesn't it show that the flag bearer says you can do whatever you want?
Do you see?
He's not whipping anybody in line.
Boy, there are people who are used for manifesto work, policy work. Abianta will not be used for political whatever operations. No, it will sit with him. Policy. Let's find a way. How can this be done? Because he is a technocrat. Yeah. You understand? So I would not look out for who Abianta supports. But you see, you mentioned operations. Are you a free Rekuduka? And those guys, they are pure politicians. Yeah, of course. I mean, are you a free? Is also a medical pro, but I think he is even what's his position around Dr. Bawumia? Operations. I've heard something like I'm not too sure.
No, Northern sector. He was the campaign manager for the entire Northern.
No, currently.
With the committees they've created.
No, health. Yeah, co-chair for health, yes.
Okay. But during his campaign, he was, I think...
He was in charge of the middle.
You really want to make a...
No, because... But you see, you know, let me say it bluntly. I know the regime supports to me.
Oh.
That's...
Is it not based on hearsay? People have been saying it.
Everything is hearsay.
But clearly, what is happening... Because, you see, when someone like Hassan Tampoli is supporting... And then see, Mesa... Andrew Mesa
supports you.
Ejako. It's this guy in the Western Region.
He and Yindam is also with.
Yeah. So it's sort of say that doesn't it tell you that the flag bearer he doesn't want to meddle in whoever will emerge.
So you see,
because his arsenals are supporting whoever they want.
Sit here and for what I'm saying, there are also people around the flag bearer who think that should suffice. Regardless, even if the flag bearer, because they are supposed to be his advisors and they have their personal opinion. And one of them is that it doesn't matter, bring him on board. Okay. So there are some close to the flag bearer who may still advise that regardless, let him come. So it doesn't matter. But currently, I'm saying that for what we've heard, that confirms our suspicion that the regime of Nana Addo Dankwa, and you agree with me, that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his, kitchen cabinet is not so different from that of Bawumia. You agree?
Yeah,
not so different. No, not the same, but not so different. We know, you know.
Rollins and Mills.
Of course, it wasn't different. It wasn't that
when
different.
Mills came, it was
came.
Okay,
is a different
hold on for me. Just hold on for me. Right. Now, we told you that we had to flood hit communities to assess life after the devastating flood. Okay, all right.
Okay, so
lawyer, no. Let me let lawyer. I wanted to move on, but I'm told I have to wrap with you before I move on.
So I wish Honorable Afuku well. Does Kwabena Japan support him, or we don't know yet? Because they were together when they had the issues.
No, not yet.
He hasn't said. Yeah. He doesn't support,
he hasn't also not openly declared for anyone.
Yes. So I think that unfortunately he is also late. That's my candid opinion. He's late in declaring. When I heard yesterday that was at this time, Because they are long gone.
Yeah.
He's late.
The time
he's late. The time is late,
yeah.
unfortunately. But I personally think that he's their best bet. It would really have helped bring in those who are gone. But because I know that Ejako, for his, the way he left government, it makes him somebody who cannot really be trusted.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, understand.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful to you. I'm grateful to you. We have to move on. We have to move on.
Just a minute, just to say that Dr. Bawumia does not support any candidate.
Okay.
And again, the unity that we're talking about, it's not about the top there. The top has always been, there are suspicions with the top, both NDC and NPP.
Okay.
NDC in opposition, they had the national chairman, general secretary, women organizer, defecting in opposition to form a political party, but they won the elections.
Okay.
In 2008. And the same as NPP. What we need is the unity at the grounds, and that is what we're seeing today. After the elections, you could tell that indeed the grassroots is poised to make Dr. Bawumia the president of Ghana in 2028, inshallah. That is the reason we are happy. Whoever is elected, the grassroots will support the person to win the elections.
All right. This one says, KB, please let our world be aware that the chairmanship is clearer and we want Boakye Jakun as the next chairman of the FPP. Blueprint, writing from Eskado Keten constituency. Okay, blueprint. That's the thank you very much. Well, thanks to you.
I just wanted to say that...
Prof, we need to move on.
I do not expect Dr. Bawumia for the person he is, his appearance, affability, demeanor. He's also an elitist, kind of a gentleman, to have any problem working with any of the main frontliners, at least the four that we know now, working with them. I do not foresee a man like him having a challenge working with any.
Thank you, I'm grateful. Now, that lawyer, Beidou, is MP for Akwatia. Professor Masapon is with Kumasi Technical University, and then Awal Mohammed is with the MPP Communication Director. Now, let's go to flood-hit communities to assess life after the devastating floods. Relief efforts have begun, and how are those being done? My colleague, Emefa, is coming to us from a community called Alogboshi. Let's join her now. Emefa, what can you report?
Well, so it's been, say, 16 days, Kojo, since the June 29 floods happened in Ghana. Quite devastating. And today we're located, or we're visited one of the communities we can confidently say that was most hit, Alogboshi, inside the Achimota community in Accra here. When I came into this community, you don't need any other evidence to know that the community was really quite hit. And I'm going to be engaging some of the residents and as well the assembly member or the assemblyman for the community. Just genuine into, just coming into the community, you can definitely tell how high the water was or the flood was and how much devastation it has caused. First of all, let me speak to the assemblyman who's just been telling me that they have actually just discovered today a dead body which they suspect has been lying there since the flood. Tell me your name, your full name, and so for today, what has happened today before we even get back to what's been happening earlier.
Thank you so much. My name remains Honorable James Akogo, the assembly member for the good people of Abofu electoral area, currently in Alogboshi.
So this area is
Abofu electoral area.
Okay. And here is Alogboshi.
Okay. My area comes under 6 communities in Alogoshi's part.
When I got to the community, I didn't need any soothsayer to know that the community was definitely really, really hit. But you are telling me earlier that you had just discovered the dead body today?
Yes. I don't know. I cannot describe the if the person is female or male. But gone bad after the dredging. And let me use the opportunity to thank my member of parliament, the government as a whole, for bringing in the military to come deseal the Addo drain after the drain. So we are hoping things go well. We discovered a dead body today, and it was very bad.
You mean it's so bad that you can't even tell if it's female or male?
Very well, you cannot tell.
What has since happened to the body?
The Meho of the Municipal Assembly and that of the police assisted, and we've taken it out to the morgue.
Well, before I engage the residents over here, the flood, you were telling me how many deaths so far. If you add today's one that you have just discovered, it will be about 8 or 9?
Yeah, Aloboshi community, 16 people recorded missing. Missing. And we found, as of today, what we have recovered will add up to be 9 in all.
Persons have died? Okay. I mean, I saw the walls and I saw how bad the devastation was. But describe to me, I can see properties, livelihoods in despair. But tell me how bad the flooding, how much devastation it caused here in Aloboshi. I mean, you're telling me about the bodies that you have discovered, but properties as well.
Let me be very frank and honest. As we speak, I, the assemblyman born and bred here in this community, I've never experienced this. And as we speak, I cannot even move from home to home to even see the faces of my affected people. I feel bad. Let me surprise the world to say 16 people missing in this small community, 8 found dead. And it is not something good to write home about. I am not very properties destroyed. We cannot tell.
Are you suspecting that the other people that you can't find may have been washed away by the flood?
That is what we are suspecting. And as an assemblyman, my people now call me Mochiriman. The reason being that I have to help the police carry all these people to the morgue. And after which, some of the people come to say they want to identify their persons. And assemblyman, you have to lead to the morgue to be showing the people. In fact, I don't know.
Are you traumatized?
I am.
Well, talking about residents and how much devastation has caused, Kojo, let's engage some of them. I mean, on their faces, I cringe to want to engage them because you can see the sadness and the despair in the faces of people. I'm leading you to one woman I see is seated, and I'm just going to be engaging here. Ma, me patro to saying. Me mu say me buy baby awotia na woti. Ensio ni tono. Na wo he.
Na me wodam. Na me tie nim he ya.
Nkwa.
Ai.
Na me buy me hu say ensio no. Etoye no. Me hu walls no anachese na ensio no efra.
Ko me dem ho nyina. Inside any hangina I am into obi na de me shechire na de me pie
na nipa ni ede hu sanka wo hyedem ho
se nipa no no otia into ni se ne ekọ
ma enti se metiase a na nipa ni ho anka
ne se ne ewu na mewu
na otina emantem ha no emfia hini
2 years aba
2 years ade be say assemblyman say assembly say insida
eba fia but enkodem sene na ano ekoi
na onkwa na ote ana woni obinet
me nkwa na mete
mana bande na onkwa na ote
se na mete baby na fie wura na ha ma adwen na madam fu bi not ya no pay dano ede ma me wa ha nti ope dan maame no na me bae nti me bae no na chese na me se me pedan no nti metinam but nsuo no taa ti me yiri na aba but dem pa de na
me bae me hu se mattress pillow nyama bebre egu abontin ha se asese entire mattress na ewo dia
maame we na ne de oni ho se okọ ayi we oton ade wo ni refi ho dimpo e ho na wa akotena
na ensio ni toy nature no aban ni ka say omo ye nhihye eni ahobabo bia omode emo akakra ebema
bre we student mattress. And a friend say, one bag. And a bed sheet. And a bow. Baby. And a whole crisis here.
Well, I said, you me who say Oben Lantia, that's our baby. I just away here and walk a cry. And then she thought, not say, Obi in the Honma. Then away.
Nearby me, Naime. Nearby me, Naime.
See, I'm weapon now here.
Oh, almost say, oh, me question, I say me question, me nana, me question to scassem.
When I know, obey me, I catch me at the car again.
I did me who near sit by me nano, yes,
oh, one now, Nino.
I did be home in nine to oh, if I say, why any?
And 9 honomo, any sabio, need tramun in half a balcony.
Half a balcony.
Let's just say, in fear, when you are no, we okay.
Menante pa me koba pa na ne ba ne se de ntime nko ba bia ese me didi kura Yesu obi na eye madum
ma woni mba
o me baba akope
no way
yeah
way
no ha so etukwan
okay Mate well you can my members are the for say
address for.
Well, so I've just been speaking to Addresser for who is a resident of Alaboshi, Kojo, and I need not describe the situation because you surely saw that she definitely will need help to get around here. She tells me that during the flood or during the raining period, she was lucky to have another neighbor who was around who helped her. Otherwise, you could just imagine what would happen. But let's engage more of the residents. Ma, me pacho, good morning. Mesaba mi amaro hogbadum, make it hogbaduga. Okay. Alogboshi afia panini.
Mule kabia 10 years.
10 years. Na chijava na mi afa homa.
Ebana hwamu pa. Ebana hwamu. Esi jana lena mi weke ade mwenya view. Eke blon de pepe lo homu. Eke mo lo blo ya yin ba po mo lo do. Bed nya ke egbere mo ko dangbe. TV nga ke egbere.
Gbon agbetia no jajam de fike no.
Be mi le apamu. Mi wo be mi alo mi amonu ado ko do. Wo le ke si akọ speed akova mi to wondo ko kwa yi o ba polo mi dogole. Esiam.
Ta ofung de sha de gble.
De sha de gble. Mi amonu gble. E mi amo toile homo nye kuvinyo mi amono kegbro
eye chaja government be yava ko pepero ngade na ameyo ke chijaja defuna nko wo
nko wo yin be oko matres kumoluku nova ma wa obo nko aja mionya nko loko nko do mi amo nko mozele ga mi okpon ndeke enye kuvinyo ofuno po so ndende mi ba no ga kembe nya po molo be ni mo po mattress ada na ko dare ayingba ni ma no moloji wa omo na mi ndeko nuke moluku mattress ku no wa ma mi okpon ndoko ba modo po amodo mo po e vinyo kra funo ba le gason ndende oyo mo ko ba tota o mo yo mo ko even po efunu enyi no mo yo mo ko kra po ade o ma ko ndene na ajule gama o mo ne ndeko imi do ba ko.
Well, so Pama, so she tells me that she's been living in this community for about 10 years. Well, yes, it rains, it floods, but this one is quite major. She hasn't seen anything like this. She was not able to salvage most of her things. I was also asking her about the relief that the government had promised. She says yes, the government came by with mattresses, rice,
mattress, ku molu, sepe na frito. Ku bowls, ku bucket, ku nuevo.
Well, so she's just been listing the items that she has received: rice, mattress, blankets, bowl, I think buckets. She says, yeah. Dokaina wana.
Boroku enya osronyo wo pipe masana la fam.
Okay, so she's just been giving me the account of what has happened because she lives in this community. She's been here over 10 years. Papa, me no kasa be na ope.
Pacho, betumi akaigbe.
Betumi akaigbe. Na say chi na okay. What's na Aloboshia? How many years?
Okay, me bahan almost 15 years in here. And I'm sure to me to sometimes a year, but we there a serious one. And I didn't see a crap me to coin Friday, Monday, and I didn't see a move frame me. Me buy no. Now my wife needing corona or honmo. The way is almost in shuni ban pressure no. And I'm kadom no to monomopie. By Yamanya none was tomuna. Nsuni yipi koe. But me danyamiazi say or mutin kwemu. Me buy a small betu or munina. Nyamana aside I say, ba umuti kwemu dia danyamiazi.
Government say or the mobi ema omo sasem we to omo and mo be da wanya.
Omo be che mattress ni emu any frighto. Any story mattress.
Inti si aba start here fin fa. Obrana waboni nyina no na 15 years awo ka che be start here fin fa.
Say no bia condemn. The cyber class 1.
Heading on.
Edipa. Na Adeba Akosua ha adwene say estate a musi wo ye side one no first no 90s but because of nsuo no ejiri sana entumi ko na epushi na ebushi eba alobushia sometimes first railways no or crampo first one crampo dade no nyina akabom nsuo pressure no apushi akabom I had
into beka say e dynamo no eno na ekosi nsuo no fa
bia omuso omu wall no e begata no dodo e begata no ono so e ka ho bi and as I say no zo omuso protect omu dan enti omusa yi abubo kase egu gota na no sa say e bia nsuo no yiri a amfeti omu dan no ni nyina pressure nyina e ba ha no ono so ka ho bi
ate mama ni ma so nkasa ma obeka kasa be aigwa na twi. Okay. You first say what's na Alobosha how many years? Yeah, woman wa. Hey. Let's say make kambo mwa besibe. Yeah, woman. Yeah, woman wa menyi wa ha. Ene na insure tai toa. Eba bode mo.
Eba ai. Eto na yiri nkwa dia eba. Ba we die e dutwam. We dia side no ma bebre. Mitari aka mi wane shemi. Still not say bia.
And so ni tono na wen.
Ni pie ni woman kam ni pie kwa bonten ni dance ni ma dan no. No ye di opa no koi.
Nkwa na wote na wo mbaka ho.
Ah me maka ho. Me ma
so ni tono mo so mo pie.
Nyina ma ye nyina ye pie fi dan. Ma mo man ke bi nyina pie ye. Te koi ni san be.
No ba ende na unya e.
Na nya hwio. Hwese na ma hwehwe. Enya hwe no manyi na say bi bia say Mr. Munioma o say
abani ka so de mbo aka krap ba wenya bi
na no na oba na be chair mattress student mattress na bola edisi no ma any day blanket na emu any anwa asa sa anwa man pe no de bre
no man to be start here fin fa
wa hwe yanya me be wo.
Let me also speak to you. Would you please tell me your name? What language you want to speak?
I want to speak Ewe.
If you are Dopagba, figure nacho.
Ochofani.
In a valley again, Fia, Alobosha, Fia, Fanina, Lafia.
Okay, if you know Lafia, Finyamava. The Ubachi and Jana, Vanaka, is too much. Time of Vanya Dom, Lafia, Vagatetu. Chiajani to a Homakata, you got a Burachiama.
Gata Burachiama.
Tell you, Lafia, no Mina Vicura. Anaba unga sharagla ta in fact adafu alabana nke jofi gota yakali lafia ya udanama akad la balasi ya bayo modam echi haja ha afi da poba to wajika kakavaya amu hochunda achia uba lenma laka ogafi china pomo tali ko wonma secondly ha gota ugava wona mi ha gota vala suide Alaba uga block aya ke tofia to me ba hotafia ko ya uga ba block alaba ayo block e chama ka te yimu nga shada bala afia akwirari tanda kinya yoko afafia fi to have ma yimu e ka ta va afia we do fe ncho manya violo. I'm telling you.
Yo jamaa wonto figena no.
Madogo kaka oh me unya ma.
Ngata ha dodorgara ta.
Anwayo bura chama. Elo miete na vekura.
Kai government angi over marenke ni mepo.
Anya sister, mablo, evi peda kama kwa nyama ko.
Nkeojo, lokejo.
Even of mapo obo am nko nglomola.
Nko vi mangolo mi aponko.
Ko nglomola obo nko quantity ko ba yu na nglo ayu pevo. Ta yu nglo mi aponko.
Ya toko.
Tell you. Even of maka even at all. We are kekwa bave ko anya makpere ma fi mi dagba la fo ama. Akani makpona na ka ho. Domo vi ba kokojo apama. Ta in fact atade jinya.
Atade da magbana mapong na nyonyo la fi komava magbana ko. Okay. Yabeka kasabe. Yanka chief. What's an all your first saying?
From Rebecca Inema.
Rebecca. What's an all how many years?
Maybe 18 years.
18 years. Yes. Tell me your name as well.
Gifty.
Gifty, you've lived here how many years?
Hey, you were here in the yache.
And so you don't know more.
Now you will feel.
Catch me describe it. They know how on it.
Okay. Me sorry, I imagine I should enquire some because school. It's ye no na ye money devotion. Enti money devotion money who say. Nsuo ni yiriba na me concern kora ne njai na ye nhwa ansa ti ye pie na nsuo ne da meyem na ye we no ayema nti ode pie na ono saba e kira me kunu pie de na nsuo ne da ne mene aha nti dwane ko me shop me kodu honzo so a honzo so ayiri nti no me sa pe baby ban kora no kotena school park so nti e kira ansa na nsuo ne toja ya etwe.
If it is that time, no wait to me, and your macacran as a BBA say,
ye buy a war no boo into your near my dear, do na co. Free jacket cacra say, young pastor put a be fire and call down mission house. Into no, nay, a some man or day.
A binica saw the and walk a crabby about one sakaby.
Yet the name said there is a wound in a brain and near ma, and near more they buy a student mattress, maybe let me come, my yes 6. And a what dino, but student mattress, bakupe, bow. I made the best sense a pie and a blanket, bako, and a more 5 kilo.
Also, sign your man out.
Pressure, I know but flood no, a bimunya, a bimwenya, by flood needed annually, level nini, level 9, but even or medium by no one buoyant. A BM don't me fridge cylinder be bia ko. Mrs. Obi ba report na me use. Me nyama na gu abonte no betimi di we na so. Aha, nti wo no kra no and any 3 days na ye finish ye fence no. Ebu ye nti no we ni ko bie doors no. Ena ma ye nyama nyina nti me dey American dey bibia pie free dem o. Eko e na ye say ye ti say me kan oni say aban so be ye moa. Nanso moa no ye hu because ye MP there is a wuni na de nyama bi ba ye. Now I don't know say if it's from the government or another from the MP or Nwangasa another we be a and one or another be na volunteer ni who say or the nyama ni mai.
So ba no beka baby am one fi.
Okay mom but ye ko hontem ye ko ye no ye see oba omba nso na ye so ye dos na ebie nti ye show say nyama no so e wa bonti no bi ba be wia. Nti mimi de ni o kan before sharing the thing then I wasn't there nti no. Me nti me enhwe but ye minim say obey mattress bow and a blankets nyama no de baby mu enya ba mi de minyaye but me de nyama na ekọ ni mo de bro.
My lady, come here. Did you so where were you?
Oh, I was at school at that time when the flood happened.
Okay. Which school?
Wholeness training.
Okay. Oh, so you came to hear the story. Do you live here alone or with your parents?
My mom.
Where's your mom?
She's outside. She went somewhere.
Okay. Yeah. But did she also how bad was it?
So me, I heard it like I saw the news on TikTok. I saw how the thing and then they kept mentioning our area. So I had to call, but I wasn't reaching out to her. So I had to call someone else. And then they told me how bad the thing has happened. So actually, I was writing my exam, my final year. So it's really worried my studies. So
were you able to get through?
We give thanks to God. Yeah, I tried my best, but because of what happened, it really affected me mentally. So at least I gave out my best here.
So, Mommy, how is she recovering?
She was the only person at home actually, because I live with her. We are just two, so she's a bit old. Yeah, so the stress and then the pressure. She alone doing all the work. Yes.
Did she tell you she received some of the relief items?
When I came home, yes, she said she received some mattress, rice, oil, and then blankets.
How's the family putting things together to get back on their feet?
Actually, starting from zero is one thing that is really bothering, because you are starting everything from scratch. You lost everything like within a twinkle of an eye. Yeah, so I'm just managing.
Mama, let me also speak to a lady here. Ma, maybe I should have saying.
I said to Adam.
Ma, I said to now. What's an Alubush? How many years in here?
36 years.
36. Yeah, that's almost on my weighing card, ma. Mana, what's na Alubush? I insure talk. Say that.
Say the end toy. Insure the a talk. Nanso nyesi. Nso we to ye no ebro adwene ntiase so nso we de hu bi da
so nyoma ni nyira say ye
mame busa aunabo ada na oba ekura de na mesun sa aduane me nana no da me de beti kwa ni bi mema ba so mbi mi se menko nso na kaja ya de me nana no bi ye ni Yenifi na na bo si gina bonte enso ne da no kon me so na bo no ma munyi wo echese mi no ma mi bi akokora nka mi nya aduane bi ase nya hwe enso to wie ye no sika na da me table so obi me abo na me bo na obi abefa ma abo 10 million na miskanda me table so me nana no be ko school ti me kwa kotuatua no manketenketen ntita mo ansuo no ba prekopa me se me kode mo na ye se light shock me na me san mechi na ka che coffee se bra coffee ka kire onabo no nka che ECG for so mundum ye light no na nyasa ye be we ye be doso na me san mechi me se nsuo no tati ame hu so ne tati ye 10 pesos me hu nyama fo ado ya kaminim die mu amewo na ye mpini so o hanom no woni consequence ni anyina awowo no akoye nsuo press obre ona bon so ye ade mpini obre ye ona boy wo ye ade pa bibi nto e ma ne tena ne dem enyi nani obetu anamo de wo se wo ye no obeye.
Well, Poma, that's what's happening at the Aloboshi, close to Achimota. Residents are still devastated and reeling in some of the things that they have really lost during the flooding.
Well, you're just hearing from residents of Alugbushi. They're counting their losses after the June 29 devastating floods. But we'll bring you more of that in our subsequent bulletins. But now, let me take you live to the University of Media, Arts and Communication, where the School of Journalism and Media Studies is holding a conference on the theme Navigating the Future of Journalism, Media and Communications.
First of all, check if your audio is on and check your mute buttons and make sure that your system and your internet is working so that we can gracefully set off to do our discussions. At this moment, I will kindly ask our technical team to assist us to play the national anthem of the Republic of Ghana. Thank you. Thank you very much. We soldier on. This morning, I'm privileged. My name is Kojo Nkatia Richardson. I'm the head of communication and branding and the PR for the Institute of Languages. I will be moderating this all-important conference from today and tomorrow. I kindly ask for your cooperation and help me to moderate the program. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are having the State of Journalism and Media and Communication Conference. Our theme for this conference is Navigating the Future, Journalism, Media and Communication in a Dynamic World. Navigating the Future, Journalism, Media and Communication in a new and dynamic world. Ladies and gentlemen, to this conference will witness addresses from the Vice Chancellor of the University of Media, Arts and Communication, Professor Eric Opoku-Mensah. We will also have our keynote address from Professor Christopher Rhodes and the host institute, Professor Christina Hammond, that is the rector of the Institute of Journalism, and our own Professor Eche Sika Anku, the Dean of School of Journalism and Media Studies, will all address us at this all-important conference. At this moment, we will go and take a short video pertaining to this conference, and afterwards we will continue.
Accra, Ghana. As a university, we may have trained students into a world that is evolving, particularly journalism education. As we know, the media and communication continues to remain central to almost every facet of society.
Will AI take the job I am training for? What will newsrooms even look like by the time I graduate? These questions are exactly why I'm coming to SJMCC.
You may think that a conference on journalism, media, and communication is a conference for just journalists. It is not. Media and communication shapes every aspect of society.
A conference lives or dies by the quality of its conversations. That is why SJMCC is built on bold and far-ranging trust.
We are inviting all of you to the SJMCC 2026, where we want to define the next chapter of journalism.
It is very happy to support the maiden edition of this wonderful conference, as it serves as a platform for dialogue, for research, and policy decision making.
We invite you all to join us in this particular conference, which is more than just a conference, but it's a platform to engage in deliberations, to engage in various forms of discussions, which will seek to contribute in a major way to promoting our society, to promoting human life, and to promoting global development.
This is a conference for us and about us. I'll see you there.
This is the first international research conference in media and communication studies here at the University of Media, Arts and Communication here in Accra, Ghana. As a university, we may have
Thank you very much. That is a short video on the conference, the State of Journalism, Media and Communication. At this moment, we will want to go and take the welcome address. And to do that for us is the second in command of this great university, our Pro-Vice Chancellor, who is standing in for the Vice Chancellor. And with all respect, I will humbly invite the Pro-Vice Chancellor, Professor Winston Kwame Abrampa, to give us the welcome address. Professor.
Thanks very much, Mr. Moderator. And good morning and good afternoon to everybody, depending on where you are joining from. I bring you very warm greetings from the Vice Chancellor of this great university, Professor Eric Opoku-Mensah, who I'm representing this morning to deliver the opening address. He would have very much loved to deliver this address himself, considering the fact that this is the first ever conference since the merger, or since Unimac was established. But I believe since
Palladium Residences in Achimota isn't just an address, it's the home you truly earned. Secure your place with just a 10% deposit and choose from beautifully designed modern apartments or spacious townhouses built for everyday comfort. This is more than a building. It's a vibrant, curated community with a clubhouse, state-of-the-art gym, and an on-site hotel, all at ABC Junction, minutes from Achimota Mall. Enjoy city energy while retreating to your private sanctuary. Call now to reserve your unit and benefit from limited launch incentives, including priority unit selection, executive pricing, and flexible payment options available. Don't miss the chance to pick the best homes. Book your private site visit today. Call 050-9823-424. Palladium Residences. Live smart, invest better.
Through every stage of life, some things simply stay with us. The spirit of never giving up. A throwback to a bygone era when love was service. The silent statement of love. A thoughtful gesture that deepens bonds, balancing work and life. Every drop refreshes, every sip hydrates, just as it should. I am awake, one for life. Drink water, drink awake. Supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is
Now let me share my wildlife experience with you at Safari Valley Eco Park.
Welcome to Safari Valley Eco Park.
Our electric shuttle pulled up, and in no time our tour began. We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the Eco Park. We were greeted by experienced tour guides who took us through orientation and how to better enjoy the experience. Watch these animals roam freely in their natural habitat undisturbed by our presence. We saw zebras, sable antelope, brown crane, mara, silky chicken, nyalas, Shetland ponies, and so many animals I just couldn't keep up. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife, their behavior, and how to interact with them. I even fed them. We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Then we took a break to have lunch in this serene environment. All this amazing experience for this price for adults, this price for teenagers. It's a bargain. As the sun began to set, it was time to go back home, but not before dinner by the campfire. The